Meowdy everyone and welcome in. Also, thank you for pointing out that I did not change the stream title because I always forget like one thing. Oh my god, they love to make noises for me. I always forget to change like one thing without fail. It's like either I forget to change the ping notification, which I did also forget. I forget to change the YouTube title. I forget to turn on the bot. Always happens. Something's always going on. Always the forgetter. Literally clinically diagnosed the forgetter. But I will say, I'm excited for tonight's stream topic. And yeah, I'm not playing games tonight. What I'm doing is I'm drawing the characters from No, I'm Not Human. But what I will say, I see some people worried in the YouTube chat about spoilers. Don't be. I am not drawing... I'm not doing anything that's going to be constituted as a spoiler today. So if you have not played No, I'm Not Human and you don't want to be spoiled, I have two things to say. One, there will be no spoilers tonight. I'm literally just drawing the characters because I want practice drawing. Like, frankly, I get kind of like sad by how uninteresting a lot of human character designs are, especially in modern media. And so when I saw No, I'm Not Human, I like latched onto it. I was like, oh my god, finally people that look like people and not like wax dolls. Also, yes, let me get captions. Thank you, Harpy. Yes, so I won't be playing. I won't be spoiling No, I'm Not Human. I won't be playing it today. I'm going to be drawing the characters from No, I'm Not Human. Two, my second thing is I will be playing No, I'm Not Human tomorrow. Actually, if you want to come to that stream, that's going to be like a huge support because I am actually going to be on Twitch front page. I'm really scared. I'm not going to lie, like being a furry on front page is kind of scary because people can be kind of mean. So I'm like, if you want to come and support, I would love it. It would mean a lot to me because I'll be in it with an unfamiliar pond, but you guys, my regulars, can still come. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to draw the characters from No, I'm Not Human. I probably want to do like full body designs because I think that it seems fun. Or not designs, but like full body drawings. But I might do them like a little more stylized. I'll probably tune in since I love the game. So our goal for tomorrow, because I have played it, is I have to try and get a good ending where I help the little neighbor girl survive. That's like literally my only thing is I'm trying to get a good ending and I'm trying to get an ending where I help the little neighbor girl survive, and that's it. Yeah, for being front page tomorrow. Also, Cyan, thank you for the bits. I also saw 2 people resubbed. So I want to make sure I say properly say thank you for that. Emeru, thank you for the resub, and also 9 months resub. Congratulations. And then Grim Ossiwich, thank you for the resub and a 5 months resub. Thank you, thank you. Is Twitch front page a good thing? I don't usually. No, don't worry. So basically, what it is like there is a bar of featured streamers that's at the top of the Twitch front page, and you basically what you have to do is you have to apply for it. They put out an application once a month, and that's to assure that they're only letting what they consider like their best quality get to the Twitch front page. It's only accessible to partners, so it is like kind of a big deal when you get it. And I think there's also like a thing where if you get it, you can't get it for like another 6 months. I might be getting the number wrong, but like it's basically like a way to promote your streaming if you've not done it, like if you've not gotten front page before. But it also means that you're gonna have a bunch of eyes on you that you don't usually have on you. So it's good. It's just like a little scary. I just came for the humans, but now I'm curious about whatever this is because I've never heard it. Oh, what, like getting front page? Or the game. The game is the humans. Oh, because you've never heard of the game. Okay, the game that we're drawing the characters from is called No, I'm Not Human. It's a horror game, or I guess it's not. It's No, I'm Not a Human. We'll be playing this tomorrow, so if you want to check it out for yourself, like if you're someone that wants to scope out games before you buy them, I'm the same way. So I'm going to be playing this tomorrow. There are actually 13 endings to the game, so even if you see me get a few tomorrow, there's also a lot of like randomly generated elements. Everyone's playthrough is going to be a little different, and there's a lot of like... Oh wait, did the subtitles not go on? Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Harpy. I didn't realize they didn't start. I had opened the subtitles thing, and hit the start button, but it didn't register. I'm sorry about that. I want to snag the game soon. I'm just super broke. My personal recommendations for anyone looking for good horror games to play this month. Oh my gosh, welcome in, Gaylock. Hello. Also, hi, nerd from Snaker Cat. Hello. My personal horror game recommendations for this month, for myself, things I've actually played. If you want a good like point and click style game, I guess No, I'm Not a Human is not a point and click. You do need the WASD keys, but it is mostly mouse controls. I would say No, I'm Not a Human is a good one. If you want a good RPG horror game, me and my cats all just went like this at the same time. What the? Why is my undo button doing that? Hold on. Also, hello. Everyone should play Smile for me. Oh, I actually have played it before. Evening, welcome in. My other suggestion was gonna be... Also, sorry. I said, why is my undo button doing that? It's pulling up the Windows menu. Oh no. I might have to keyboard shortcut tonight. This is painful. Evil undo button. Thank you, casual. Oh, right. My other suggestion is don't look outside. Oh wait, now it's working just fine. Okay, whatever. Rating and running, because that casual is tormenting me, but I have good stream. No worries. And I hope you had a lovely stream. Smile for Me mentioned. I was away. It's a good game. I've played it before. But yeah, I think that the game weirds me out so bad I don't watch for long, especially that girl with her belly got me. Oh, for No, I'm Not a Human. I understand that. That's not a guaranteed thing that happens in every playthrough of the game. Again, try with that, like, avoiding spoilers as best as possible. But what I was gonna say is basically, if you are looking for some good horror games this season, those are my two recommendations. I do know that Silent Hill F also just came out. I haven't played it yet personally. I would like to, because I love the Silent Hill games. But I'm waiting to get through the games I already have. The way that Mars is written is so good it breaks me. I'm glad. I am glad Mars is a very personal character to me. So and also thank you for reading my comic. I like horror games as long as they don't have jump scares. Gummy, I can say neither of these games have jump scares, because I am the same way. I don't like get too freaked out by jump scares. I just simply don't like them. I think they're honestly kind of lazy. Despite being into your art for like 3 years now, I finally read Leica's after stream yesterday. I've only finished up chapter 3 and ended up crying myself to sleep last night. I'm sorry I made you cry. I hope it was a good cry, though. Horror games without jump scares are not horror games? No. I completely disagree. Especially because horror books and novels have existed for years, and they were no less horror books or novels without jump scares. Like, a jump scare is a modern element of horror, but it's not needed for something to be considered horror. You're speaking to a long time horror head. You are way in the deep end if you think something needs jump scares to be horror. Hold on, I keep trying to select the pant leg. The point of horror is to horrify, and there are 1,000 ways you can horrify. That's why I love it. It's fun. Now why? Oh, it's shrink selection. I was like, girl. Or did I misread your message too? If I completely misread that, I'm so sorry. I'm like getting tortured by my art program because someone else has the settings to some things that I don't usually use. So I'm like, screaming in agony. FNAF ain't scary. It used to be. I think that it's a really good baby horror. Like, okay, I have this theory of like writing in general. There is not really a teen genre as much as there used to be in like fiction and like writing especially. Like it does exist, but it's a shrinking genre. And ironically, I feel that the horror genre and specifically the net horror genre are kind of becoming the teen genre because they offer just the right amount of maturity to be interesting to teenagers, but they're not like too crazy because, you know, you can't get something that's going to get censored on YouTube. And so you find a lot of like teens gravitating towards those genres of fiction, like the, what are they called? Not RPG horror, not liminal horror. The horror, it's like what the goddamn skinned man is. I can't remember his name. The one that looks like this. Does anyone know? Does anyone know him? Not mascot horror, but close. I see this goddamn PNG everywhere. He haunts me. The boiled one, thank you. Thank you, I couldn't remember who that guy fucking was. And yeah, analog horror. Oh my god, that was driving me crazy. I feel like most good horror games don't have or have little jump scares. Yeah, I can't, honestly, of all of the horror games that I enjoy, I can't think of a single jump scare that's in them. I can't think of a single jump scare that's in them, and if there is one, I don't like it. Because most of the time I feel like they're not very well earned. The boiled one's hilarious to me. I think that like analog horror in general is really funny. I think there's a few examples of analog horror that I like genuinely enjoy. There's like the Weather Channel one. And obviously I really liked Home Safety Hotline. And I could tell that Home Safety Hotline was like taking a lot of inspiration from analog horrors, which I enjoyed. I love analog horror. I think I don't get scared by them most of the time. I've seen one or two that I went, oh, this is pretty good. This is clever. I think it's just very cliche. I think anytime that a genre gets a lot of something in it, it can get oversaturated, but that doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, it's the same with mascot horror. Like, the original mascot horrors were not, like, fine art, but they were good. They were fun. They were, like, new to a genre. I really want to see someone be like the genre definer for mascot horror, though. That's like my goal. That's my dream. My big dream. The boiled Labubu. Also, sorry, hold on. I saw someone ask about horror games, and I locked in. Talking about horror games, everyone play Silent Hill 3 now? Real. Heather, I love you. I own Silent Hill 2, but I really want to own 3 and 4 too. Hold on. I gotta get this guy's cheekbones. He's got kind of a big chin, too, looking at him. He's got cheekbones, and he's got a big chin. I unbutton his shirts too much. Sorry for being a whore. I come by it honestly. I don't have a device that supports Silent Hill. It's okay. I mean, if you have a PC, you can play Silent Hill 2. There are places you can sail the seas and get the original Silent Hill 2, not the new one. The new one, I would understand if you don't have a computer that can play it, because it's going to require a beefy one. I'm butting it more! I'm being enabled. I'm not a big fan of horror games. I'm easily scared, and jump scares a bit too much for me. While I can handle lighter takes on horror genres as much as I can tolerate, that's perfectly fine. I was gonna say too, just because I like something doesn't mean I'm like, if you don't like this, you're lame. I'm not the type of horror person that's like, oh my god, have you watched God, what's that fucking movie that everyone's always like, have you watched this? A Serbian film. Everyone's like, have you ever watched a Serbian film? It was light work. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't fucking stand you people. I'm gonna go crazy. Amabi, thank you for the sub. I like Skinamarink. I think Skinamarink's a good movie. Laika's Comet is actually, like, there are scenes and elements of Laika's Comet that are inspired by Skinamarink. The same with Annihilation. Although I would argue that Annihilation is more of a sci-fi than a horror movie. Well, I mean, okay, it is technically a horror movie. I've seen at least 3 Thirst edits for... Wait, for the bar guy? That's hilarious, actually. I haven't, but I believe you. Alright, now why are you not painting? Am I dumb? Girl. Something. There's someone. People beg me to watch The Terrifier because it's the ultimate horror. It's just gore with plot I don't like to see. Honestly, I don't know anything about Terrifier, so I can't speak on it. I know that some of my friends really like that guy, but I don't know. If it is just gore, I'd be like, I'm alright. I get past it. I think you'd really like Angel Hair, to be honest. It made me scared and sad. Is it a game or a movie? Robert, it's pissing me off. Something is sinister afoot with your art program. I know! This always happens. Paint bucket's not working. Shrink select on. Cars outside loud as hell. Serbian film is late work. I'm going at you people with a potato peeler, not acrylic. No, exactly. I hate it. It's so stupid. Those are the type of people that like horror just because they like to watch things that are messed up and like brag about it, and it's so it's annoying to me. Robert, it's pissing me off. I think this guy has like a this kind of nose bridge. Do you feel it? He's got my nose. I'm late, but I did watch a Serbian film, and I think it's fascinating work of art, but not an overly good one. Very heavy and not for everyone. Even then, I think the director gets too artur about his vision and bumbles a lot. Lemmy, this is why we're friends. That's what I mean. Like, I don't like when people talk about it as if it's just like this ultimate shock value thing to watch, and that's it. It annoys me. It's definitely not for me. Also, for reference, it's like very much a mature film. I know this isn't all ages stream, so don't take this as a suggestion to go watch that movie. If you want a good horror movie suggestion, though, I would highly recommend watching Barbarian. It's a great movie. The Carriage was Chainsaw Manning. I think everyone should watch Barbarian. I think everyone... If you want a less scary horror movie than Barbarian, because I can admit a Barbarian can be a bit much, and also check the trigger warnings for all of these, because Barbarian doesn't deal with themes of, like, kidnapping and the dangers faced in the world when you are a woman. Have you seen Sweet Home? It's a horror series. I don't think I have. No, it's literally the name of the film. It's literally the name of the film. Oh my god, wait, I was going to recommend another one. Oh, watch the original Poltergeist. That's a phenomenal movie. I think that the original Poltergeist is really good. We just watched Jennifer's Body again yesterday, 2 days ago. 2 days ago? Maybe 2 days ago. Have you seen Weapons? Wait, it's by the same director as Barbarian? No, I haven't seen Weapons. I've been told to watch Weapons, and I really, really want to watch it. It's got some eye bags here, too. Weapons is so good you'd love it. Barbarian pisses me off from a science standpoint, but that's because that ain't how time and genetics work. That actually... Okay, actually, that's funny as fuck and real. That's kind of hilarious. I didn't even think about that. I was just so immersed in the movie. I was like, oh, this is scary. This is a scary movie. Somehow the OG Poltergeist is rated PG when I definitely think it shouldn't be. That's because the genre PG-13 didn't exist at the time. So unless something was like actually R-rated, it wasn't able to be rated more than PG. Fun fact. I don't know if anyone knows this, actually. I'm a movie head. So PG was not a rating that existed at the time of that movie coming out, which is why so many movies that you look at, you're like, how the hell is this PG? Are rated that way. I really like this guy. He's actually really fun to draw. Wait, he's got... Hold on, let me see your like default face. So his mouth lines actually go more like this. Damn, for real, that makes... Yeah, it's like, that's the Watership Down movie. That's exactly what it's like. But yeah, I would fully recommend the original Poltergeist movie because I think that that's like a good baby's first horror. Not like baby, don't like take a child to watch it, but like if you are someone that gets scared by horror movies, that's a good horror movie for you. Also, Lemmy said, yeah, I think Serbian film is only for people who can handle really super heavy topics in a rather realistic light. If you could do that, I think its a meta-narrative is fascinating, but its actual narrative is compensating a lot. I think the director lost the real plot fast, and he didn't know how to end it. He just killed them all. It's kind of childish despite being insanely mature. Okay, enough about Serbian movies. I just have many opinions on shock horror media. No, it's exactly how I feel about it too. Like, for reference, just so that you know why I'm saying don't go watch this movie. Like, if you're a child, it's not really even appropriate for most adults, or most adults can handle it. It's a movie about an adult actor who is hired to work on snuff films, and then it ends up involving his family. Like, it's really extreme, and I think that there is an intent for there to be a commentary. There's another movie like that that's like on the tip of my tongue that was about the fascist regime in Italy that was also like insanely difficult for a lot of people to watch. But I think that those movies exist for a reason, and you know, sometimes they are just gross to be gross, but I also don't like when people treat them like that's the only reason they exist. Because art that makes you uncomfortable, you know, you should ask why. We should have conversations about it. That's Salo. Thank you. I knew it's called 50 Days of Salo. A Serbian film is one of those movies like abandoned a bunch of places. It's not a mainstream horror movie at all. No, which is why people bring it up. They bring it up because they like to be shocking. They like to talk about things that are like, oh, which is exactly why I might think I might support the Twitch stream tomorrow for Front Page. Oh my gosh, thank you, Lucky. That'd be awesome. 2 chicken for her? That's more than okay. Like I said. Well, okay, wait. So my next 120 days. Okay. That's what I was thinking about. Here's my ranking, right? If you want like a good like baby horror movie, like you want to watch something with a kid that's kind of scary, Coraline is a great movie. It's just a solid movie. I would even place Paranorman on the same like level as Coraline, because I think that Paranorman can be a little creepy. I would say that Coraline is scarier, but Paranorman has a more like direct plot. There's another movie. Oh, fucking Monster House. That's another really good Halloween kids movie. It has a plot. I think some of the jokes are a little dated, if I'm remembering. It's been years since I've watched it. Oh my god. I've heard about The Substance. I need to watch that too. My next step up from like these, which I would say are kid appropriate horror movies, is I would say the original Poltergeist, like the one from the 80s. The remake isn't bad, but it's just not good enough for me to recommend it to people. I don't think Beetlejuice is a horror. It's like, I'm gonna put it like between. Beetlejuice has also like a few really sexual jokes in it, which again, if you're watching it with like a 10-year-old, them hearing the word fuck is fine, but like there's other things that, like you should look at Beetlejuice before you show it to a kid if you're like trying to introduce them to horror. By the critters, someone asked if any characters in today's stream will have body horror to avoid triggers. They will not. I'm gonna go just for the human versions of all of the characters. There are a few characters Great question, probably. Have you heard of Shoujo Tsubaki Midori? I have a lot of thoughts to it as Lemmy does a Serbian film where I find it super interesting in a meta way. Is it also a horror movie? Because I personally haven't. But I'm sure if it is a horror movie, Lemmy may have heard of it before. Hello, hope you're doing well. I am, thank you. Hold on, now I'm blanking because I had other, like, mid-tier horror movies to recommend. Because I feel like there's actually a few movies... Oh, you know what didn't scare me, but I thought was, like, an okay movie? Was The Black Phone. This was one that came out kind of recently. I found it kind of childish, but, like, if you're looking for a movie that's just, like, vaguely creepy with, like, some supernatural elements, this is a solid movie to watch. I don't know how to describe it. It kind of felt like a Reddit post. Like, it kind of felt like a creepypasta. The acting's decent. It does involve some themes of child abuse. Again, also, like, abduction. There's nothing overtly sexual in it. If you were worried about, like, that kind of thing, that is something that would bother you. Understandably so. But I think that this one is, like, a good, creepy movie that you could watch and, like, would be appropriate for a teenager. No, like, why are you right? Why does it feel like a Reddit creepypasta? It's like, I have a question. What Persona pose is easiest to draw? If you're looking for, like, an easy pose to draw, I think a really good one to start is just the characters, like, standing and, like, leaning or, like, a slight side twist. 2-sentence horrorcore? I mean, exactly. That's exactly how I'd describe it. I actually read the OG short story. There's a short story for this? Oh, that explains everything. Gremlins, but it's a bit racist. I would agree with that. That's the problem, is that, like, every time I go to recommend a movie from the 80s, I have to, like, tap into my, like, memory vault, and I'm like, is this real? Like, for example, we were watching Jennifer's Body today, and I forgot that they drop slurs, like, literally every other sentence in that movie. I was sitting there, I was like, no, I didn't remember this at all. It's definitely a movie from 2009. That, like, literally every other sentence, it's like the R slur or the F slur. It's insane. I think Salo did its commentary a lot better than a Serbian film, and I think the fact that the director was murdered because of its influence really speaks, yep. But at the same time, I think it connects fascism and depravity to human nature in a shallow way. That one I didn't know. I have to say this with a grain of salt that I did not watch these movies, because anything that involves CSM is, like... CSA is, I can't stomach it personally. It's too much of a personal, like, pain. I think it's a movie made by someone extremely frustrated with the state of fascism and abuse left over in Italy, but did not know enough material theory to criticize the buddings of fascism and violence. Interesting. Oh wait, Ginger Snaps was great. I don't know if I would count Ginger Snaps as, like, no, I would put Ginger Snaps here. I would put Ginger Snaps as a mid-tier one. That's another phenomenal movie. Ginger Snaps is what I like to call a yucky and wet movie. Like, there's nothing that's, like, viscerally horrifying about Ginger Snaps. There is a lot of, like, suicide imagery, but I think it's a great movie. I think that it's a really fun plot. And, I don't know, I love a good werewolf movie. Ginger Snaps was honest. We also just recently watched Ginger Snaps because Nova had never seen it. A lot of old movies from the 80s and all the way up to the mid-2000s, you gotta spin the roulette of, is this gonna have racism, transphobia, ableism, homophobia, sexism, or all of the above? No, exactly. Also, that's why I'm writing the list down. I just realized I wrote Paramore. Why did no one point this out? I wrote Paramore instead of Paranorman. The front influence is strong today. In general, a lot of these shock horror movies come from frustrated creators who hate the state of violence but do not know how to criticize it beyond parodying that violence to, like, insane levels. It's like an anger room of art. I see it. I fully see it. Paramore. Shunt. Oh my god, now I'm trying to think. Stephen King's Carrie also freaked me out, but that definitely has distressing and disturbing subtext. I think Carrie... Just recently watched the OG Ringu and I get it. I fucking love that movie! Okay, wait, I love that. I love Ju-on. Ju-on's a great movie. Like, when you watch... Ju-on is like the original Grudge. Great fucking movie. For more normal horror movies, watch Saw. Saw is also really good. Although, Lemmy, I think I'd move Saw farther down because of the body horror. I think I would put Saw as, like, a big boy movie. I might even do another tier, but I do fucking love Saw. It was really good. I'm someone who enjoys horror suspense, but some of the themes are just off the table. My biggest suggestion is to use the website Common Sense Media, and they'll line out what may be present in the movie in a non-judgmental way without spoiling too much. Here, there, that is actually really appreciated. Thank you. I was gonna say something about that. I'm sorry. Oh my god, wait. Watched The Thing recently after begging a friend to watch it, and just the monster designs plus sense of not knowing. Oh my god, I love The Thing. You know what? No, I'm gonna put The Thing a little lower down because I think that it gets a little freakier. However, I will put the original Alien here. I don't think the original Alien, well... I don't know. Alien's a weird one. I wasn't scared of it as a kid, but I could see how some people would be scared of certain elements of the horror if they were, like, not super familiar with horror. The Thing is definitely a yucky and wet movie. Maybe I should move all of these down and be like, these are the yucky wet movies. And, like, have the Black Phone and Poltergeist up there. There is some yucky wet elements to Poltergeist, but not as much. Have you seen One Missed Call? The Japanese one, not the American one. I watched it as a kid and I've been never recovered. Actually, no. Because I watched the American one and I hated it so much that I didn't realize that there was a Japanese film. Saw is so wet. Everything is wet. Oh my god, wait, Scream's a perfect one. Scream is a really good, especially if you're someone that doesn't think you like slashers, you need to watch Scream. Because Scream is like the perfect introduction to the slasher genre. I'm not doing a tier list. Basically what I'm doing is like an age bracket for introducing people to horror. So I would say this is like 10 plus. Like if you're a 10-year-old or older and you're like kind of scared, these are good scary-ish movies to watch. Scary, like, parentheses. The next step up from this, I would say that Poltergeist is like appropriate for, like, these are all appropriate for someone that's like 13 plus. I would not put anything on this tier. I'm trying to, the only thing is that there is like some, well, nothing ever actually, well, no, there is a sex scene in Scream. I'm gonna write, like, with parent. With, like, older brother guardian to cover your eyes. Because there is a scene where the characters they are doing things. Oh, Wendell and Wild is also phenomenal. Hold on, we're putting that up here. That's just a good-ass movie. Sinners is a good one. No, you can do new ones too. I liked Sinners. I would actually argue that Sinners... Oh my god, wait, what are the other ones? Please, the I show speed face again? Did you guys see me? Was I making it? Would Halloween be 10 plus or 13? I think that Halloween would be 13 plus. Halloween would be 13 plus because I think that if you showed a 10-year-old Halloween, they would be scared. But I do like Halloween. I would put Sinners a little lower down just because I think you need to be like, you need to have like maturity to watch it. Not because it's inappropriate, but because I feel like you need to actually, thinking about the plot, I think that kids will get bored of the first, unless they're like a cool kid, unless they're like cool, they have like movie knowledge. They're gonna get bored in the first 30 minutes where it's just like a period piece, and then when the vampires show up, they're gonna be clocked out. Killer Clowns is hilarious. That is a creepy and wet movie. I showed that to my boyfriend while he was like absolutely flavor blasted out of his mind. That was a good time. But I'm putting it, these are movies that have like plot. I'm not gonna say 18 plus because that feels just like, I'm just gonna put adult. A little late, but it was worth it. Made banana bread. Oh, that's awesome. Can you put Chucky because Chucky is just really fucking funny? I've never actually seen Chucky. Forrest is doing the crying Lemmy face. Also, I love It, the movie. I think that it would probably... Shit, it does have stuff that is actually pretty freaky, though. See, I don't think that it is older than 13 plus, but, like, I think that there are things in it that you... Like, if I'm doing this really graciously, I said Killer Clowns. I'm sorry, baby. Wait, I must have seen someone else say Killer Clowns. Unless I'm goofy. No, someone else did Killer Clowns, not just you, but I love you. Oh, and also the It remake. I like the OG, but I think that the remake is going to hold people's attention a little better because I feel like with the original one, you had, I don't know, for me, I had to read the book. The original It wasn't very scary at all to me. No, I was going to say, I was talking about the remake. Okay, wait. I am also putting Nope on here. This is just a phenomenal fucking movie. However, I might need to make another tier of, like, did actually scare me, because these are all just, like, good movies that I was not really scared of. Nope did scare me. I actually did get frightened by Nope. Hold on, bar guy. We gotta make our horror movie tier. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do, like, these are adult movies that, like, you know, might scare someone that's not familiar with horror. This is gonna be my, like, scared me tier. I would say Babadook is another good one. That's just a solid movie. Oh my god, there's an Ari Aster movie. There's a bunch of Ari Aster movies that are in the scared me tier. Is Donnie Darko a horror movie? Oh, I also like Us. Also, hi, what are you drawing? Oh, so I'm drawing the No, I'm Not Human characters, but right now I'm doing a horror movie tier list because people were asking, like, what's like an introduction to horror for beginners? Can I ask what in Nope scared me? Okay, so I never once considered that I would have a fear of being digested. Never thought about that before. Never considered what that experience would be like. I've never seen the Candyman. I want to see the Candyman. Lemmy, do you want to watch Candyman together? I need to. I feel bad that I've never watched it because I feel like that's such like a pinnacle of horror movies. I've never seen Willy's Wonderland. No. It's so good. It's peak slasher. I'm so excited. You're so true for that. Me too. The digestion was scary. It was that, and I'm also scared of chimps. I don't know if I've ever said this. I'm actually really scared of chimpanzees because I was a kid when that one lady's pet chimp, like, ripped her face off. And so when they had Gordy in that movie, I was like, oh my fucking god. I know what you're about to do, and I don't like it in the slightest. And also, yeah, I'm talking about the original Alien. The original Alien, I would say, is adult, but it's not, like, the worst in the world. Why are we talking about being digested? We're talking about horror movies, and I was saying that Nope actually, like, legitimately frightened me. You know what the other one that scared me was Hereditary. I have not finished that movie. I cannot do, like, like, familial horror, awful. And I don't know why the Babadook is different, but this one specifically, can't do it. I did like Midsommar. I would put that on scared me. I looked away at some points for Midsommar. Although I think that people really horribly misinterpret this movie. This was not a girl boss movie. This is like being indoctrinated into a cult movie. What about Midsommar? Specifically the scene, I'm trying to say this without spoiling too much. The sexual weird trance scene scared the fuck out of me. That was like, no. That was freaky. Jaws is technically a horror movie, but most people resonated with Shark Week. It's funny because I like Jaws, but I know that it's like a fantasy movie. How do we forget Friday the 13th? You know what's funny? I don't actually like Friday the 13th that much. I love Jason. Like, as a character, I love Jason, but I don't enjoy Friday the 13th as a movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is actually another really good slasher. But I think that it needs to be in the adult category because some of the violence in that felt more real. It's bad, but it's so funny. I just like Jason. He's like my friend. I think it's a really good entry, if anything, because Friday the 13th is so stupid and goofy. This is true. Maybe I'll put this up with Halloween. I don't know if I would say this is a good movie, but it's certainly a movie. Oh, but you know what's a good fucking movie? Do you know what's a good-ass movie and, like, actually, like, really fun? Hold on. I gotta move these up a little bit. And I wouldn't say it's scary. I wouldn't say that it's scary. Jeepers Creepers is a good movie. It's like it's so silly. Also, we do have The Thing down. The Thing is down in the adult category, but that's just because I was scared of it, and more because I just think it's a more adult plot, and I think that like kids would kind of just tune out if they don't have the attention span. Have you seen The Conjuring? I have, and for the longest time I actually really liked The Conjuring when I was younger, and then as I got older and kind of like refined my horror tastes a little bit, I was like, this is actually kind of ass. And also finding out that not only are Ed and Lorraine Warren like racist, and Ed was like literally with a 15-year-old, there's so many things. There were so many moving parts to like me eventually falling out of love with the Conjuring movies. I'm also sick of seeing the same 6 Conjuring movies, and like they keep making sequels. I'm like, okay, they fought the scariest demon they fought yet like 7 times now. I fucking love Jeepers Creepers though. Jeepers Creepers is great. Texas Chainsaw Man, Dennis, you gotta get a power of the gun devil and summon it. Yeehaw. Little Shop of Horrors is good. I don't know if I would say it's a horror movie. It's a musical. I guess it's kind of like Beetlejuice. I'll put it like here, the like liminal area. Little Shop and Beetlejuice are like cousins to me. Like they have very similar vibes. They have very similar sex jokes. I enjoy both of them, but I don't know if I consider them horror. They're like just on the cusp of not being appropriate for like someone who's 10. Do you have opinions on Nightmare on Elm Street? I did not like it, but it is a classic. I liked it up until the ending, and the ending pissed me off. I thought it was fun, but I thought that the ending just annoyed me. The ending was stupid. It was stupid, and it just makes the whole rest of the movie feel dumb. A kid horror I can recommend is The Haunting Hour. Oh, I love The Haunting Hour. I watch that with my sisters all the time. I like how we're so off topic. This is not what I planned, whatever. This is an awesome stream. This is great. So this is a series with that in mind. It's not actually like, it's not a horror movie. It's a TV series. I was like, okay, thank you for wasting my time. I got so fucking pissed off. Does Eraserhead count as horror? I don't know if it does, but I've never seen it, so I can speak. I still don't know what you were actually planning to draw. Wait, baby, did you not hear? Can you see him? Can you see him? I'm drawing the characters from No, I'm Not Human. I'm gonna draw a lineup of all the characters, because I want practice drawing, like, more real humans. My Twitch keeps stuttering. No! I'm sorry. They're torturing you. There's a really good horror comedy called Freaky, where a teenage girl and a serial killer get Freaky Friday'd? Huh. Oh my god, wait, you're reminding me. You know what is good? Fear Street. I think that Fear Street is, like, just creepy enough to be, like, 13-year-old. But also, guys, it's written by R.L. Stine, and it's gay. There's lesbians in every movie. Fear Street is good as hell. It's, like... it's a movie trilogy, too. You can just sit down and watch them straight through, and they're great. There's actually multiple gay characters in Fear Street, now that I'm thinking about it. It's not just the 2 main lesbians, but, like, those are the 2 main characters. It's so fucking good. I love Fear Street. I remember when it came out. Did anyone mention Monster House for kids horror? Yeah, see? Right here. Monster House is right here. Also, I did see... Where would you rank Final Destination? On the same with Saw. I think you can watch one Final Destination movie and you've seen them all. However, the first one we watched was pretty funny. Like, I don't mean to be like, haha, I laughed at gore, but, like, it's not the gore that's funny. It's the fact that, like, the entire time... Hold on, Final Destination. I was just misspelling it. The entire time they were trying to figure out what was going on, and there was just, like, some Looney Tunes-ass traps killing them. That was fun. That was hilarious. I did giggle. Again, not at the gore, but at how silly it was. Rube Goldberg, evil Rube Goldberg machine. These movies aren't particularly good and kind of gory, but if you want to see some freak-ass creatures, I recommend the Ao Oni live-action movies. I have seen those, actually. I've seen clips, at least. I noticed I only watch slashers for the most part. I need to watch more different horror. Let me join me. I love slashers. Like, oh my fucking god. How did I forget, like, the Kingpin? This is an in-between because there's nothing, like, explicitly scary in it. But I think it's just a really good movie, but it's slow, so I know it would probably lose some people. Please, for the love of God, watch Black Christmas. Black Christmas is the original slasher movie. I would argue only coupled with, like, Psycho, but Black Christmas is the slasher movie. Like, the guy that directed Halloween worked on this movie. Black Christmas is one of the best fucking movies of all time. And every remake after it has been ass because they cannot redo it. Where do we stand on the movie 9? 9's a good movie. I'm putting it in the 10 plus section. I really like this though. I enjoyed it. I saw it in theaters actually. I would put the Ghostbusters in like 13 plus. I don't think they're scary personally. They're kind of like they're Halloween movies, but they're okay. The original Ghostbusters. I never watched the Black Christmas remake's worst mistake of my life. They're so fucking bad. Does Gremlins count as horror? So Gremlins does, but the only reason I wasn't writing it down, and generally speaking, if you see anything on this list that I'm like not knowing, because there's a few of these I haven't seen, or no, actually I think I've only written down things I've actually seen. No, yeah, I've only written down things I've actually seen. I'm trying to avoid any that have like racial or like transphobic jokes because I wouldn't want to recommend something to people that I know has that. I think Ginger Snaps could. I can't remember. I was not the one that watched it, but it's a good movie. I'm just like trying to... There's like one thing. There's one thing that was kind of about it. Have you ever seen the movie Creep? I have seen it. I watched halfway through and then I kind of got like, eh. Do you have pediophobia? Like being scared of like... I actually don't know what that word means. Hold on. I love going to the dictionary. Oh, like the fear of dolls? No, I'm not scared of dolls. That was not what I thought that word meant. Would Get Out count as a horror? I think Get Out is technically a horror. I think it's a thriller. I like it though, regardless. Baby, I wrote down Jeepers Creepers. Can you see it? I guess he's probably on his little tiny phone screen. Look, see? Right here, baby. What about Us? I also really like Us. I would actually put Us in the 13 area. I don't think it's like super crazy. I would say that Nope scared me more, but specifically because Jean Jacket, it like hits all of my fears. I cannot recommend Silence of the Lambs because of its trans... Here's the thing. I have so many problems with Silence of the Lambs. Oh my god, sorry, I could sit here and talk about it for hours. Also, disclaimer, I'm not trans femme. Lemmy, I would love your like 2 cents on this. I feel like Silence of the Lambs tries really, 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 really hard to be like, guys, don't worry, Buffalo Bill isn't actually a trans woman. See, these are all the good trans women that don't kill people. But I'm like... The problem is you've just given ammo to the people that already wanted to be scared of trans women and wanted to be trans misogynistic. And I get it. Like, I understand that they wanted to try and tell a story where someone is objectifying and freaky to women. But because of the way that they did it, they basically fueled years and years of trans misogyny. And it's like... It was like Pandora's box. Unfortunately, I think Silence of the Lambs is a really good movie plot-wise, but it's like one of those ones where I can't recommend it because it's like its cultural prominence has led to years of people being really cruel to trans women. I don't know if that's everyone. I don't know if that's your takeaway from it, Lemmy, but like that is kind of where I've like landed on it, where I don't really recommend it because even if I think it's a good film, I think that the cultural impact that it has. Silence of the Lambs is like the daddy of pop trans misogyny, and that's what I mean. I cannot in good faith recommend it because my enjoyment of a film doesn't come before my like trans rights and like care for my trans femme friends. How about Blair Witch Project? Okay, that's actually another one. I've never seen Blair Witch Project. I need to. Also, I Saw the TV Glow is actually, yes, it is horror. I don't know if where I would put it on this list. Maybe here. I don't think there's anything like crazy scary in it, but it's definitely a dreadful movie. Good movie. Like, it induces dread. Special trans section. Exactly. Yeah, Silence of the Lambs, so much gosh dang damage. And that's genuinely why I can't recommend it in good faith. Like, also, there was another movie that has, oh my god, there was another movie that follows like an FBI case that I thought, and I was like, if someone wants to watch Silence of the Lambs, oh no, I'm stupid, I'm not thinking of that, I'm thinking fucking X-Files. X-Files is good. I like the X-Files. And Twin Peaks, but those are shows. If you wanted to watch Silence of the Lambs, I would just say watch the X-Files or watch Twin Peaks instead. Hi. Oh my god, the baby. And I will say select X-Files episodes are good, but some of them are bad. Also, Lemmy said, I think the really big issue is how much the director refused to acknowledge the criticisms. Like, I don't think you can remove yourself to the plotline of an abusive, violent man who wishes to be a woman deeply by going, here's a random trans woman, don't worry about it. They don't super matter, though. You'll just see the evil murderer, man. That's exactly what I'm saying. Okay, I'm so glad.
Now I have the other one.
Hi, Pluto. Also, Lemmy, I am glad to know that we're, like, same wavelength. I never want to be, like, too sensitive or, like, be the person that's, like, too critical, but, like, that was just my takeaway of it. And not even just my takeaway, I just listened to, like, trans women who I follow in the horror spheres talk about it, and I was like, no, yeah, that's a very completely understandable criticism.
I'm glad to know you're enjoying your desk lamp.
I am. Also, Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense is great. I'm putting it here only because of some of the scares in it can get a little intense for, like, a younger audience, but that's a really good movie. Who's this busted little man? He's from what we're supposed to be drawing. He's from a horror game, but then we started talking about horror, and then I got into recommending movies. He's from the game No, I'm Not Human, which I'm going to be playing tomorrow. I thought, also, I didn't write Barbarian down. Barbarian's going an adult. I liked it, though. I haven't seen Weapons, though. I really want to watch it. I've heard it's good. I don't know anything about it. It Follows is also just a good horror movie. It is. I'm probably going to put It Follows an adult only because it does have sex, and I think that the sex is a little too plot important to put it anything lower. Barbarian. Oh my god, I forgot. Thank you. I'm running out of room to move them over. Have you seen Together? I haven't seen that. I've actually never heard of it before. I've never seen anyone talk about Barbarian. It's really good. Although Lo was saying earlier in the chat that the only reason it pissed them off is because that's not how genetics work, which was making me giggle because I'm like, I wasn't even thinking of that. But you're completely right. Silence of the Lambs is the starter trans misogyny. For cisheads, and Rocky Horror is that, but for queer people instead. I'm sorry. I'm a hater. No, it's okay. I understand. Hold on. I just had, like, a sentence, like, a string of word sentence that, like, I'm not saying out loud, but, like, I need to type this out to you later. Remind me of my thoughts. The Evil Dead, may I ask what No, I'm Not Human is about? Yes. Okay, wait. To the actual topic of what we were supposed to be doing today. No, I'm Not Human is about the end of the world. Essentially, what happens is you are a guy that owns a house, and the sun is literally boiling everyone alive during the day. So at nighttime, people come to your house and ask for shelter. At the same time that this is happening, there are these human impersonators that are being called visitors that look like humans, but they are not humans and they kill humans. Some of them look more or less like humans than others do. But one of the things that the game utilizes is that you can't rely on appearances alone to judge whether or not someone is a human, because all of the characters look kind of funky. So it's more based off of your interactions with them and your ability to test for certain signs of them being a visitor. But ultimately, it is about the end of the world, humanity, and also, like, putting aside your biases of what makes someone a human and what doesn't to see who really is and save the people that you can. And also the character interactions are just really solid. Cheerful Man fed for 1,000 years. I love Cheerful Man. I genuinely do. We got him in our first playthrough on stream, and I liked him. Not the copyright-free mysterious movies. This is from Silent Hill! This isn't copyright-free mysterious spooky music. This is from Silent Hill! Thank you. I know my horror. Specifically, it's by Akira Yamaoka from Silent Hill 3. If you were wondering. Sorry to ask on stream, but do you have an invite code for Toy House? I don't. I gave them all out. But if you would like... Oh, thank you, Toasty. You were spitting. Sorry, I love horror. You don't understand. This is my thing. It's been my thing for years. I love when the hills are silent. People have been making jokes at the new Silent Hill protag, the girl, like the teenage girl, is kind of OP because she dodges fast as fuck. And people keep being like, oh, Hinoko, make sure these hills stay silent. I'm like, what do they do? Like, she just starts killing things right out the gate. Whereas James is like, whoa, there's some kind of creatures here. To be fair, James is like a middle-aged man, which makes it even funnier. She's just cool like that. Well, she's also apparently, I think she's like an athlete. Like she's a student athlete, which makes it even funnier. Always happy to help. Thank you. Thank you, Toasty. It's always just used in YouTube horror videos. No, you're completely right. You're completely right. Which is what it's actually. It's like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon music being used in YouTube videos, and then people are like, "Oh my god, it's like the YouTube video music background." I'm like, it's from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. Thank you very much. Like the girl, like does anyone know the ASMR redhead girl who like grabs the paper? She's like, "Thank you." I do that all the time to Forest. James really just followed a weird thing thinking, who is this? Like, James, it's not a person, run! Teenage girls can canonically perfect parry and beat the shit out of literally everything. This is true. This is 100% true. My bad, bro. I've never played any of the Silent Hill games. That is completely okay. If I played them, would you watch them? I'm not even kidding. I've wanted to play the Silent Hill games on stream so bad. They're like kind of they're a spinny for me. I love Silent Hill games. I love the Silent Hill franchise in general. I think there are bad entries, but I really want to play them, and I have F. I would like to get the remake of 2. Bro, why your shoes look like that? Walking around like, Silent Hill F is so good. I'm mostly spoiler free. I haven't seen anything. The only thing I know is that there is a Fox Mask character, and the fan base is very divided on him. I've seen people be like, he is a bad person, and I'm like, and then I've seen other people like draw him shirtless. So I'm very confused. I will form my own opinions. Came here to take a nap, and then we started talking about horror. I want to watch Silent Hill The Room so badly. I would like to play that one. That's actually the one that I know the least about. I know a decent amount about Silent Hill 1 and 2. I know I love Heather. Silent Hill 3, my baby. I've also seen both the shitty Silent Hill movies, and I actually think the first one's not bad. Controversial opinion, it was my first introduction to the Silent Hill franchise. I understand why people don't like it. Because it does kind of bastardize the character of Pyramid Head, like, after having played Silent Hill 2, I'm like, okay, I understand it now. However, if you can ignore all of that, it's a good movie. If you can ignore everything you know about Silent Hill, it's a good movie. They glorped James Sunderland off the sidewalk and put him in a horror movie, and he faces every situation with the same face. It's glorious. Never change. If you can find PT, I would fucking love to play PT. I don't know if there's a rip of it anywhere online. Oh my god, it would be beautiful. I'm still mad we aren't getting PT. Like, actually, to this day, I'm so mad about it. Your shoes are so fucking big. Hold on. They need to get... Yeah, flatten that shit. I wish people were crazy about Claudia the way they talk about Fox Mask low-key. Wait, I don't know anything about these characters. Wait, hi. Are we going to end up ranking horror games? Probably. I don't think I'll rank them. Also, sorry, that was Harbor. He was shooing it up. Critter, what is PT? Question mark. So Silent Hill PT was a game that was going to be made by... Fuck, I don't want to get this wrong. Was it Hideo Kojima? No. Yes? Yes. Yes? Kojima? It was basically going to be Silent Hill on crack. Yeah, okay, I was right. It was Kojima. They had a lot of really big talents working on it, and it got scrapped, and I still can't really remember why. Playing my Kojima games. Oh my god, my iPad's telling me to take a break. I'll show you a break. What? Are we gonna end up... Oh, I already fucking read that. Smiles. Give Lanky Bro them jester boots? I hear it harboring. I don't go to Kojima, but I love him. I like that he's, like, in Yaoi with Mads Mikkelsen. Like, I thought I liked Mads Mikkelsen, and then I found out about Kojima. I did not know that Silent Hill was a Yes! PT is a Silent Hill game! It's the canceled Silent Hill game. I'm still mad about it. Oh my god, there's so many good things. The fucking PT Sync Baby is so funny, too. Also, the speech that it delivers. I think about it all the time. Does no one know? The PT Sync Baby? Or are we reacting to something else I said? I don't remember. I said it 3 seconds ago. It's out of my mind. I've put it out into the universe. Okay, the Sync Baby. Does no one know the PT Sync Baby? Hold on. Actually, I just want to find a clip of it. I think it'd be easier than trying to explain what the PT Sync Baby is. Right? Okay, hold on. We're going to go back to my TV watching screen. Hi. Oh, why are you sideways? Hold on, we're not doing this. The cunty PT Sync Baby is like actually kind of a gender expression for me, I'm not gonna lie. Do you know the PT Sync Baby?
Yeah.
Okay. Why aren't you moving? Dude, my computer's been torturing me. I don't know what Doc did to this shit, but like I cannot move anything around. I'm gonna have to put this on top of me because nothing puts the work right now.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Sorry, sometimes you get mad and you start clicking things really, really fast. And I'm like, baby, that doesn't do anything. Just take a second, take a breath, stop clicking things.
Well, to be fair, like 3 of my hotkeys were changed. See, I'm not crazy. I love this part. Sync baby, sync baby. I like that the bar guy is just sitting and staring over top of the window. There's a way to manually do it? Actually, that's funnier.
One
See
too
what I
far.
mean?
No, it's okay. It's because it's not in your TV.
Also, wait. Howdy, everyone. I'm in the fucking art trenches. Why can't I art? Biting and gnawing at my cage. Oh my god, the baby's pulling my pants down. What about horror games? Smiling so sweetly as I put a match to the info dumping bomb. Ow!
Was that the baby or was that Harbor?
It was Harbor.
Okay, wait. And then our Windows and Alt key are messed up because I built the keyboard wrong. Yeah. Yeah.
Attacking mama.
He's doing more than attacking Mama.
Like, torturing me.
And torturing Mama.
Being slaughtered while my boyfriend does IT for me.
Okay, there you go. Is that better?
Yeah, thank you.
Fetus rant?
That's what he does. He fetus rants.
Do you want me to click on fetus rant?
Hold on. I'm gonna... There we go. This is the PT Sync Baby rant.
You got fired, so you drowned your sorrows in booze. She had to get a part-time job working the grocery store.
I feel like I could almost perfectly recite this, but I don't want to try without my earbuds in.
Because the manager liked how she looked in a skirt. You remember, right? Exactly 10 months back.
Oh, I came in to ask for headache advice.
Oh my god, this isn't even the one I thought it was. Dad was such a bore. He couldn't even kill us in an original way. Went off his rocker when shot at his whole fine. Something like that. That's like his original. Why does it sound like that? I don't know, but I love it. Hold on, there's another rant that it does. Also, hi, why did you come in?
I was looking for these.
Hold on.
Papa has a headache.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why do you...
That's on there.
That's on there?
Yeah, that's part of the print.
So I just thought you cut out your fucking chip from your credit card and taped it.
No!
Okay.
This is the baby speaking, yes.
After lunch, when his 10-year-old son came to investigate the commotion, the father shot him too. His 6-year-old daughter had the
Sorry, ignore my
in the
pills.
bathroom, but reports suggest he lured her out by telling her it was just a game. The girl was found shot once in the chest from point-blank range. The mother, who he shot in the stomach, was pregnant at the time. Police arriving on scene after neighbors called 911 found the father in his car listening to the radio. Several days before the murders, neighbors say they heard the father repeating a sequence of numbers in a loud voice. They said it was like he was chanting some strange spell. There was another family shot to death in the same state last month, and in December last year, a man used a rifle and meat cleaver to murder his entire family. In each case, the perpetrators were fathers. State police say this string of domestic homicides appears unrelated, though it could be part of a larger trend such as employment, child care, and other social issues facing the average family.
I fucking love this game. This is one I would love to play on stream. Not even kidding. But anyway, sorry. We can get back to the art now. I have to gush about horror movies every chance I get because I love horror movies and games. Let me go back. Not even the wildest thing Kojima has put in his games. Oh, not at all. Not in the slightest. I feel like actually PT is the most cohesive and probably tame of the games. Hi Critter, my prince came in. I got one for myself and one for my friend, but I have to wait until next month to give it to him because it's his birthday gift. Oh wait, I hope he likes it. I'm here fashionably late, of course. Don't worry, all you missed was us like gush about horror games and movies for like a solid hour. We did draw a singular guy. Forley fan lart. Why do you think people should get into horror? Because horror reflects the fears of the society that we live in, and if you know what if you know what people are scared of, you can pretty much predict social trends to a T. Not only that, I think it's fun. I think it's fun to explore what scares you. I think that it makes you a little bit more of a brave person, because if you can understand that element of yourself, you won't be shocked by it when it comes to bite you in the face. And also, I think that horror is oddly one of the most comforting genres there is. Kojima is so funny. His relationship with women is the most fascinating thing I've ever seen. We could make him a trans feminist. I could see it. Also, hi. Hello, Onyx. Thank you for the resub. My anniversary was actually yesterday, but I was busy. That's okay. We could also make him trans femme. Question mark? Horror demands subtlety, so Japanese Sam Lake can't do his usual MO? Oh, for Kojima. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, I know who Kojima is, but I don't know who Sam Lake is. I feel kind of bad. Fake guy, fake film fan, fake games and film fan. Horror comfort is so real. I think I can tie my love for body horror directly to my transness. Well, and the thing is, I think that it's comforting in the sense that you can explore the frightening, but you have the ability to turn it off. Horror gets people in touch with their instincts and subconscious. This is also true. Sam Blake is the Alan Wake guy. I need to Google something. I still don't know this. Goodbye, Critter. Thank you for so much, Toasty. I hope both of you have a good day. Thank you for stopping in, Starry. Philosophical horror, my beloved. Oh, same Z's. And yeah, Stu Masher is coming back in Scream 7. There was something else that... Aren't they making Stu Masher Henry Emily in... No, opposite. They're making, God, the other one. They're making him the other FNAF guy. Oh my god, if you want a good horror recommendation, I really love Still Wakes the Deep. I know Still Wakes the Deep. Beautiful. Good fucking game. It's what I wish Walking Dead was. A group of people persevering through a hellish situation because of sheer human willpower. No, I know it. I love that game. I would love to play it on stream. Good ass game. William Afton? No. So Stu Masher... Fuck, that's his name. Oh my god, what's the actor's name? No, I don't care, actually. Also, this is from Silent Hill 2. I think... Billy Loomis is going to be Henry Emily. Yeah. But Billy Loomis is not the actor's name, nor is Stu Masher. Just so you know, the two Scream boys are going to be in a movie again. And they're not boys, they're now adult men, but whatever. Also, thank you for the save break. I love Metal Gear, but it's 200% more tolerable and enjoyable as long as you transcend like half the characters in your cognition and perception of the games. I don't know anything about Metal Gear, but I do know that the one with the white hair in the like cunty ass outfit, Ray, what's that one? The one that's pretty. Raiden. That one. That one's a girl. Thank you for the hydrate. Hold on, you styled UA after Otacon though? Yeah, doesn't mean I have to know the games. I know Otacon because Otacon's like a figure. Otacon is like a cultural figure to me. Otacon is a girl to me. What? No, I didn't say that. Why is my click and drag not working? Don't piss me off. Well, now this isn't working either. No, it's not. Oh, hold on. There we go. Can we have a yeehaw? Yeehaw! Matthew Lillard, thank you. Thank fucking God. I was feeling like a fake fan. Did the subtitles freeze? They did freeze, but now they're unfrozen. Also, yeah, I wanted to draw Kokai. I like Kokai. I like Kokai, and I feel like everyone, like, yassifies him. And it kind of makes me sad. Kokai's non-binary to me. Fully verified, agree. There are many pretty platinum blondes in Metal Gear. I like Liquid Snake. She's a girl. You must believe me because part of her lives in my head. You understand? I do. You understand. Raiden is also trans femme, but also consider it they Raiden. I do see it. I see it. People need to stop yassifying Kokai. It's actually painful. They like why do you make? Oh my God! Everyone's drawing him like Light or not Light, like L from Death Note, and it's like I don't think we all have the same eyes. Everyone keeps taking their wrinkles and jowls, and it's like, can you stop that? Put that shit back. Let's be Avad. I kind of want to go over the horror list. Yeah, absolutely. I don't see why not. In your semi-professional opinion, what makes a character trans-coded? I'm gonna say coded and vibes are very different things. There are instances where I go, oh, this feels like this character was meant to be trans, or like they have trans aura based off of the way that they're written. I'm like blanking on any character I can think of that's transcoded in this specific moment, because all of the characters that I can think of that people call coded are actually just like canonically trans. Like for example, Frisk, Kara, and Chris all use they them pronouns. Canon trans characters, they're not coded, they just are. And yet people love to bend over into 5 billion shapes to be like, it's up to the player's interpretation. I'll show you up to interpretation. But coded is when the author intended it. Vibes is when real recognized real. Exactly. Okay. So here's the thing. Noelle is trans vibes to me, but could go on to be transcoded depending on how Toby writes her, because I see a lot of the potential there. Oh, but you know who is transcoded is Lake from Infinity Train. That's a really good example. Now I'm trying to think of other ones, but I was gonna say I don't know all of Noelle. I don't know her game like that. So maybe she is transcoded. But as of my take of having two, Ralsei actually might be transcoded. That's the character that I'm thinking is Ralsei transfemme. That's like the thing that I'm like watching. I'm like, this may slowly become transcoding because right now it's feeling like that. Ralsei is 100% trans. I'm sorry. Like, there's so many fucking things that I'm just like, am I crazy? Am I seeing like smoke and mirrors here? You're gonna go crazy? Oh God. Okay, I'm so excited. What's your childhood trauma? Crazy thing to ask someone. We would be here for a while. Do we want to go into the like alcoholism, addiction, sex trafficking, CSA, religious abuse? Like, there, we could be here forever. And we can't be here forever because that violates TOS. Burly trans girl we all know is good. Toby, you have the power. Do you hear people? Here's the thing. I think Toby knows he has the power, and I also think that Toby... Well, I shouldn't say. James... If we want to stay relatively lighthearted, you could talk about eggs. I did get eggs thrown at me. Yes, that is a childhood trauma. Hi. How does real recognize real? I have to know. I think you have to know trans people, unfortunately, because if you only know you, you can only recognize trans people like you, but if you know other trans people, you can recognize them. I saw someone's trans femme dentist and it lives in my mind. Oh yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. I don't think that Fujimoto's going to do it, but sometimes I do wonder if he's going for trans femme denji, and if he does, I will, like, I'll owe someone money. I'm sorry, bro. It's okay. I'm, like, literally, life is beautiful, and I'm glad to have survived anyway. Despite the pain.
Despite the pain.
Sorry, that sounds really... I thought she was just trans. Wait, who are we talking about? The lion from Undertale is trans... Oh, no, she is just trans. Yeah, no, the lion from Undertale is just canonically... Okay, wait. Hold on. I'm gonna break this down. Canon just means confirmed. You know who else is confirmed trans? Mettaton. Mettaton is a trans man. I don't know if many people know this, but there is, like, dialogue you can get with Napstablook where Napstablook talks about their cousin, who is Mettaton, but uses... Yeah, Mettaton is a trans man. Mettaton transitioned. Also, Napstablook is canonically trans because Napstablook uses they them pronouns. Also, do you know who else is trans? Mad Mew Mew, who is also their cousin. So the entire family is just trans ghosts. So Mad Mew Mew is a trans girl, Mettaton's a trans guy, and Napstablook is non-binary. So canon just means confirmed. Coded means we don't get explicit confirmation, but the author deliberately tries to write the character as, like, being something. Sorry, why did the music get so eerie? I'm gonna write implied intentionally by author, because coding means the author meant to do it. And there's a bunch of reasons why someone may be coded rather than confirmed. But I will get into that, because you can't call something coding unless it was intentional by the author. You gotta go. Fun talking about horror. Goodbye, everyone. No worries, no worries. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna turn off the spooky music. Okay, there we go. The organ music made me think Phantom of the Opera was gonna start singing. No. Canon is well canon. Coded is underlying themes, implications. Vibes is just feeling. That's very good putting it exactly. And then I would say vibes is like reader interpretation. Hold on. Oh my god, I'm getting the scariest ass ads on my YouTube. I just got like 3 ads in a row. Wipes blood from the corner of my mouth. I'm so sorry. Also, Ghoulish Wizard, thank you for the resub. But yeah, Mettaton is canonically trans. These need to be on their own layer. This is a good ass Silent Hill track. You want to talk about good Silent Hill tracks? It's a good ass Silent Hill track. I don't know if Rausai is meant to be trans, but my heart and soul dream she is. There's a few things that have happened, and again, I'm only on chapter 2, that... Let me just say I am familiar with Toby Fox's game. I think Mad Mew Mew... Yeah, Mad Mew Mew is canonically trans femme. Hoping the salt from the mac and cheese saves me. Baby, are you okay? Chat, if you're ever feeling unsure at any point in your life, remember, candy before beer, you're in the clear. Beer before candy, Hurricane Sandy. What are we talking about? Jade! I just got a headache. Yeah. Wait, also, have a seaweed snack. We have seaweed snacks, and they have much salt. You told me like a year ago you thought I'd like Deltarune, and I just finished it recently. I loved it. I'm glad I was right. Is there a difference between vibes and headcanon? They're pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same thing. Oh, well, okay, wait. I'll make a fourth tier, right? Reader interpretation. I can spell interpretation. With the little like asterisk note that a headcanon can be vibes. However, you can also have headcanons that you know are not true and you are aware of the fact that they are not supported by the text. So for example, really good example of this. I headcanon that Angel Devil is non-binary from Chainsaw Man. Angel Devil is not canonically non-binary, and there's really nothing in the text to like support this other than the fact that we know that devils are technically genderless. They just present in the ways that they choose to. I'm gonna be like, can be this, but not always. You're so right about them being non-binary. I simply don't think they would care about gender. I just don't think they would. Also, I'm biased because I love Angel Devil. The music made me think Critter turned into a boss fight. No. Or like another example is, I don't think that Helen from Look Outside is meant to be butch. Like, I could be wrong, but to me, I had canon and Helen as a butch woman. But also, I'm biased because I like butches. Butch autistic woman, exactly. Alright, back to drawing Coat Guy. The only thing is, with the references so far up, get down here so I can see you. Yeah, in my opinion, coding is intentional subtext. It is, yes. And I think a lot of people use the word because they don't know that they can just say vibes and it's fine. I think some people invoke the language like coding or... oh my god, there's another word that like people use all the time and I'm like, that's not what it means! But it's because they want to be taken seriously, and I don't think that's a bad thing, but I also think it's because the internet is so against, like, reader interpretation, they need everything to be canon, or they'll kill you. Sans is a stud to me. I actually love your mind. Like, I want to live there. How are you today, Critter? Pretty good, pretty good. Drawing, also, I think that the under bag of your eyes are actually a little more droopy than this. Oh my god, this is also another fucking good Silent Hill song. On Monday, I plan to go to the same store I got my tails from and pray they still have the same pair of gloves for the paws of my eventual first on it. That's awesome. I hope they do. What is this one from? I think this is also 3, but I might be wrong. Oh no, it's from 4. This is from The Room. Okay. Wait, that surprises me. No, it doesn't actually, now that I'm looking at it. There's another song that is similar to this that I'm like, this is clearly a song from Heather's game. There's straight up a mod of Deltarune that only changes Ralph-size pronouns. Awesome. Pluto is trying to eat the baby's food now. What do they want in this baby food? It probably tastes like junk food to them. It's probably like eating fast food. No, wait, I straight up thought this song was from 3 because of the lyrics, but I could be wrong. It's a good song though. I think I got your eye bags all right. They look expensive stuff. Critter, do you happen to have any good Silent Hill playthroughs to watch for those that can't access the games? Honestly, no. And that was something that I struggled with a lot as a fan for years, is that, like, I would see people talk about the games, but then I would look at, like, for playthroughs, and I'd be like, damn, these are all kind of dog shit. What I will say is I will provide them to you, because I love those games and I want to play them on stream. Can I say something? Henry, Silent Hill 4 is so fine. I'm unfamiliar with his game, but I will find out. I was struggling to do things that needed to get done, so I turned on stream, and it helps so much, even in a way that even my meds can't. Did you hear that, guys? I'm better all than Adderall. Does Critter keep snacks in their scarf? I keep many things in my scarf. Snacks? I kept trying to think of other things, but then my mind just went weapons, 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 and I'm like, what the hell? What do you think about the Resident Evil games? I only know 2 and 4 because I like Leon Kennedy, and I went to the Leon Kennedy Resident Evil games, but I need to see more of them. Seashells, clovers, minnows, misbehave. Just say I was literally procrastinating a commission and now I'm making good progress. That's awesome. Oh, that makes me so happy to hear. You haven't went to Uva Java. No, I literally just like Leon Kennedy. You need to play Resi 3. Jill and Carlos are so possum. Okay, I will take your advice on it. Maybe I'll put his hands in his pocket. I want to have like the poses be a little different than their canon design, like their canon poses, just so that we can get some fun things in these guys. Also, I think he's wearing 2 coats. I think he's got like the sweater and then another coat underneath. There's the horse in there. I think we'd like Jill Valentine and Ethan Winters. Oh wait. I also know Ethan Winters. I know Resi 7 and 8. Because those games are like so different than Resi 2 and 4, I completely forgot that Resi 7 and 8 were also in the same series. So I also know Ethan Winters. I know Ethan Winters because God, you know this creature. You know this creature. Hold on. Crumb. Cat Crumb. Okay, thank you. I was like, I like that when I start drawing something and people know exactly who I'm talking about because I can't remember names, but I can remember images and like people's icons. Yeah, Crumb Cuptoast. Crumb Cuptoast made a video on how much they like Ethan Winters, and I was like, damn, this is awesome. I need to figure out I need to learn about this Ethan guy. And then, you know, they were right. He's goofy. Oh my god, Soothe Bell. Wait, hold on. I wish I could, like, I need to, like, print a message. I don't think Toby's intention with Deltarune's themes or Chris's character can be fully understood if you don't acknowledge Chris's gender. Choosing who you are, player versus character separation, Chris being an outsider. You fucking get it. You understand. You understand. Chris is their own person. They're not a character. They are not a player interject. And actually, I think the fact that so many people insist on them being a player interject, like, they're gonna get played hard as fuck, and I'm excited to see it. I think that the only way that Toby will get through to some people, though, is if he literally pauses the game, has his little dog come out on the screen and be like, you are not Chris. Chris is their own person. Chris uses they, them pronouns. They are non-binary. Like this. Do you see my vision? Also, what's your pick, FNAF or Poppy Playtime? Probably FNAF. Poppy Playtime is meh. It's whatever. It's alright. Why would Kara do this ass? Why would Kara do this are the same people as the, like, Chris is whatever gender you want them to be because they're your player character. And I'm putting both those people in the garbage disposal and turning it on. It's literally said in the beginning of Deltarune. You know, that doesn't mean that people read it. Alright, hold on. I love Coat Guy's puffy coat. Hold on, I think I actually put this seam over too far, though. This is the song that I'm pretty sure is from 3. I'm wrong! I guess that Mary Elizabeth McGlynn is only in 4. Oh, but the music's so good. Did I ever... Wait, this is on the topic of Silent Hill, to steer away from Deltarune momentarily. There is a Akira Yamamoto is on tour, like he's performing concerts. I actually don't know if he's on tour, but he was like doing a concert, and they found a younger singer to replace Mary Elizabeth, who is the singer you're hearing right now. If you're not familiar with the Silent Hill verse in the music, but I was a little hesitant because I'm always like, is it gonna sound as good? Is it gonna sound as good? She is like a perfect Mary Elizabeth stand-in. I have a few of the videos of their concert saved because I was like, this is so goddamn good. A Lizzle. Did I say that? I would say that. That sounds like something I said. My partner and I love Poppy's Playtime, not because it's good, it's far from it, but it has so much potential it drives us up a wall. Every chapter tanks our expectations. I consume actually good horror games, but Poppy's Playtime is just like my weekend greasy burger. I actually fully understand. We also watch, Forrest and I watch like every single chapter. No, please, I fully understand. God, I fucking love this song. This is the one that I watched them perform too. No, but like I fully understand. That's also us with Garden of Banban. Because Garden of Banban, I don't even think Garden of Banban has potential. I just think that I watch it like I can't stop watching. I can't look away. Kira Yamamoto's I Want Love is so good, listening to it always. I think I've used like multiple songs from Silent Hill 4 as like opening songs for streams, and I'll keep doing it. Who's your favorite furry singer? I'm a fake furry. I actually don't listen to furry music, generally speaking. I don't even think I could name a single furry artist. Despite having been a furry for years, I don't listen to someone or look at artists because they're furries. I look at artists and I listen to music, and I look at drawn art if it's good art. I'm aware of Russell Buck because of the recent remake that he made of Imposter Syndrome by Cindy Gish, but I already knew Cindy Gish, so I knew that song. Oh wait, I'm dumb. Yeah, okay, I do know Car Seat Headrest, I lied. I guess Car Seat Headrest then, because I listened to Car Seat Headrest before I knew that Will Toledo was a furry, and then I saw him in Fursuit. I was like, I didn't know that part. That song was made last year? The remix, really? It just blew up recently. I thought it was a recent remix because of how it blew up. The fact that I actually like when that happens, like when music that's like not actually new blows up. His fursuits are so cute too. No, I know. Oh yeah, you're right. Nobunoko is also furry. Well, again, I guess that's the thing. I don't listen to them because they're furries. I listen to them because I like the music, and then I find out later that they're furries, and I went, oh, awesome. So yeah, I also like Nobunoko. My friend has developed a Banban fixation and is working on a personal rewrite of the lore because they have sifted through the insane wiki just to find the smallest golden parts of the lore. That's amazing, actually. I kind of love that for your friend. What was the song that just played called? It was called Your Rain, and it's from Silent Hill 4. Harbor singing. Isn't Fentanyl a furry? Is she? Again, I would believe it. That's news to me. You can hear him from there? Brother, he is yowling. Okay, wait, your sweater is also ribbed. Oh my god, the guitar. The guitar in Silent Hill is like a character of itself. He poopin'. Hello, welcome in, Jorno Arts. Doing my part to put more furry music into the world. Worked on recording guitar parts for a song earlier today. Wait, that's awesome, Lack of Beef. Gave him the taste of ambrosia, and you're giving it to the child instead of him. But yeah, so I guess Nobunoko, Car Seat Headrest, and Femtanil would be the furry artists that I listen to. That, again, I literally forgot that they were furry artists because I just like their music. I think it's funny that Kokai is literally wearing, like, what I can only assume is slides, or, like, moccasins, like house shoes. They could also be, like, Walmart shoes, which I think is so beautiful. Illuminating to his character. He likes to be comfy. I fully understand him. I like Kokai. I like Kokai and I like Cashier Girl. I think that the thing that's so fun about No I'm Not Human, like, avoiding spoilers, even if you can tell who's a visitor, sometimes you like the visitors. I know so little about free music, but I did see a video of people doing full opera in suit. That's crazy. The cold girl, I feel so bad. Okay, wait, so fun fact. Cold girl? Not actually girl. That's Coke guy. That's this guy. He's a dude. You can hear his voice lines if you go by the room at night. I didn't know that when I first met him, because I also called him Coke girl. But if you go by his room at night when he's there, you can hear him and he's like shivering. Transmasc icon ever. I like how I'm glad the transgender community has claimed another. Walmart shoes. Nobody's spending $50 for their shoes nowadays. No, 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 no. For comfort and shoes that look like they're the same color all throughout with no seams or patterns. Have you played or seen The Last of Us? No, I have not. Guy, I'm so sorry. The person I watched... No, it's okay. It's a very common mistake. I've seen multiple people make that same mistake, so I'm not upset. Also, he is shorter than this. I'm making him way too tall. I will have to shrink you. Sorry. Get shrink grade. Because Bar Guy is, like, crazy tall. This is also a good song. I don't think there's a bad song on this playlist. Your shoes are too big. I keep giving everyone the fucking Kingdom Hearts Looney Tunes ass shoes. He's a furry musician from the Yukon in Canada who makes sick rock music under the name This Is the Glass House. I have not heard of them before. Let Kokai be tall? He's not though. He's canonically tiny. Ah, my shoes. What if I just like stretch tall guy? Just like literally stretch him out. Actually, I can't even really tell that I did that. That's hilarious. Send him to the taffy stretcher. Do you do the 3 points method of doing shoes? I'm gonna be real, I kind of just raw dog that shit. I looked at shoes long enough that I was like, yep, I know how to draw them. And then every so often I do shoe studies to freshen up my skills. Who's your favorite actor? I almost said I don't believe in that. I don't really like celebrities. I don't know. Hello? I don't believe that celebrities are real. This is true, actually. Stretch you out. Sorry, I was stretching out Coat Guy because... Or not Coat Guy. I was stretching out Bar Guy because he was too short. I still think I even made him too short. Okay, there we go. Literally putting him in the transform tool. Mine is Kermit the Frog. Actually, yeah, I would say Kermit the Frog is my favorite. I gotta draw Wireface. I love that fucking guy. I really like the sisters too. Do we do this? Do we do the Widow or do we do Cashier Girl next? It's hard to have a favorite actor because they can all suck immediately. I don't have a favorite people that I've never spoken to before. Keen Instinct, thank you for the sub. Cashier Girl, my beautiful queen. Okay, I like her. What did I miss? Not too much. Yeah, the one on the left. The one on the left is Bar Guy. Hold on, I'll like write their names. These are like the fan-given names too. If you are unfamiliar with No, I'm Not Human. I like Cashier Girl. I think I feel bad for her. Her and her fuck-ass Bob. Don't worry, we will do all of these eventually, actually, because tomorrow I plan on streaming a little bit of art. Once we finish the game. If we finish the game. Which Kiss member is your favorite? I actually don't listen to Kiss. I don't know. I don't go there. I don't go to there. I'm a Deftones kind of person. Cashier Girl's journey is much like my own. When will you stream tomorrow? I'm starting the same time, but I will be going longer. It's hard for me to have a fave because I'm like, damn, I don't know that guy. That's none of my business. Exactly. Have you ever listened to Will Wood? I have a huge obsession. Yeah, I like Will Wood. I think Will Wood's like not my favorite. Like, I don't think his music is bad. I just like, I can only listen to so much of it. I'm like, all right, I need something else right now. But I do like Will Wood. I think I was actually just listening to, oh god. Is the song called Bones? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called the other day. Skeleton Appreciation Day. That's a phenomenal song. I really like that song. Real as fuck. It hurts, but it's a song that's good, but it hurts. Hold on, I just need to make sure I'm getting her face structure right, because I don't want to flatten her face either. Cashier's girl's first note to me is a chimp. She smiles and laughs when she's nervous. I feel like I gotta come up with something for her. I don't know, she has the pathetic nature of a guinea pig. Perhaps a hamster? Guinea pig feels correct. It's some sort of small rodent that gets anxiety. What animals can die of anxiety? Because I know that hamsters can have heart attacks and die of fear. Most prey animals, this is true. Personally, like Will's music, I won't get bored of it easily because the styles have a lot and change a lot. They do. I think that, I don't know, I'm not a music critic. My thing with Will Wood's music is that, like, while his style changes a lot, I think that he relies on similar musical structures to get his songs across and, like, to write his music. But I don't think that that makes it bad. It's just after I listen to it for a while, I need a change in pace. Also, his energy is kind of similar between songs. Sometimes I don't want the manic energy. Rabbits can die if you hold them on their back too long. That's so sad! But like I said, I like Skeleton Appreciation Day. I like Hand Me My Shovel, I'm Going In. That's another really good one. I'm a ska punk lover forever. Actually, only like a year so far. Genre that got me to listening to music that isn't just video game soundtracks, that's good. Also this morning I was scrolling Instagram and I came across a random Tumblr meme poster and somehow it was one of yours? It was the Build-A-Bear one. I have had that post on like Reddit and YouTube video compilations. I don't know what it is. People love the post about me giving my boyfriend his T-shots. Also, I haven't played the demo for Lost in Roots, but I'm excited to play because I like No I'm Not Human, so I'm like, I want to see what else you can cook. I am now familiar with your game, so what else can you do? Hold on, I gotta get her eye shape right. And she actually has kind of like eyes that go up into the bottom of her iris? Yeah, that's better. She does also have mouth lines. I think I made her head too big though, compared to the way that I drew the other characters. So I kind of have to like shrink her a little bit. Now this song is awesome. Oh, I do also like this song. She also has like kind of a neckline here. What's your favorite animal? Mine is a ferret. Ooh. I mean, I do like cats. Cats are always going to be my favorite, but that's because I have kitties. After those, I do really like pretty much all mustelids though. I'm finally back from dental care. What are the haps? We are drawing the characters from No I'm Not Human for some practice drawing some more diverse human character designs, because I think that I get frustrated by, I don't know, nominally like cartoons and anime having only like polished pretty doll people, so I like to get to draw my normal humans. Is this like an everything playlist for the Silent Hill soundtracks or a specific one? Oh yeah, I got you. It's a everything playlist. Also, hi, why are you Tanuki staring at me, baby? Hold on, let me give you my soundtrack. There you go. I can also send it to the YouTube too if you guys would like this. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna try to catch tomorrow's stream. Thank you, Clover. Sorry, I keep munching chocolate espresso beans. I also feel that way about Disco Elysium's portraits too. Thoughts on Silent Hill Downpour? I know absolutely nothing about the game, other than there's a song in the soundtrack. I love it, but I hear people absolutely hate it. Is Downpour the one with the guy who's like the military guy? Here's the thing. Generally speaking, I avoid the US programmed and made Silent Hill games that were not made by the original Team Silent, because they're not good. I've like seen playthroughs of 1 or 2 of them, and I was like, wow, this shit is so ass. And then I looked up plot summaries for the other ones, and I was like, it doesn't get much better. I've been rocking it the whole time. I'm glad. Out of curiosity, did you ever read the Binocular books? I didn't, but I think my boyfriend did, because he has pointed out bunnies with teeth before and said, oh my god, it's Bunnicula. I was like, what are we talking about? But then I remembered seeing the book covers. Hold on, I kind of want to make her... Aren't all hills silent? I've never heard a hill make a noise. Okay, giggling. These are turning out so good, nice work. Thank you! I really like the game and I wanted to do the characters justice. I love doing figure studies too. This is like figure studies the challenge for me, because you know what I forgot too? Her arms have like the tendon lines in them. I don't know if I want to do that with line art, though. I might do that with color. It seems like something better saved for color. Bunnicula is you coded. Also, I could do Widow after this. I think she wears baggy pants, if I remember correctly. She's wearing baggy pants and they've got like a cuffed pant leg. Hold on, I missed the cuff. It flares out a little more at the bottom. I wonder if she intentionally does that pose. So she's a cashier, right? I thought if you've ever like worked in service industry or like in retail, I think she's probably got like a shoulder injury. Because if you ever have to lift boxes overhead, you can really badly fuck up your shoulders. So to me, when people were like, oh, she's obviously a visitor, I'm just like, guys, she's a cashier. She probably fucked up her shoulder. Do you draw personas? I do commissions, but they are not open right now. There's a bizarre meme in the Silent Hill speedrunning community where people speedrun Homecoming during Downpour's long, numerous, unskippable cutscenes. Actually, okay, that's really funny. I've never seen that before. Hold on, actually, I think her pants go like higher up here, because her shirt's kind of long. If your heels aren't making noise, you're just not listening close enough. Put your ear to the dirt and hear. Damn, proving the game right. That's my point. I think that people judge by appearance so quickly that they actually wind up playing the game kind of badly. Especially because a lot of the characters are randomized whether or not they're visitors. Like, you won't know. Between playthroughs, they're going to be a visitor one time and they're not going to be a visitor the next time. Or just like severe scoliosis. Like, there's so many reasons someone could have a shoulder girdle. Exactly. Track's a little loud. Hold on, let me turn it down. No, exactly. That's why I tried not to judge when I saw her, because I was just like, we don't know why she might look like that. Okay, is my paint bucket gonna be nice and work now? No. Die, I guess. What are we talking about, Critter? I'm interested in talking about the game, and specifically someone asked why Cashier Lady might have like a shoulder girdle, or like a shoulder that like cricks up more. And I was saying it might be an injury, and then someone pointed out it could be scoliosis. Also, something to watch people assume insist someone is a visitor based off something a real human can have and do, and something that was never said in the game. Yep. It's literally, I genuinely feel like that's the core of the game. Like, it's asking you to consider your biases and your survival skills, essentially, if you would judge someone based off of their appearance. Your ableism is going to kill you in a situation where you need to band together with the community, and this is proving it. Not to mention, someone pointed this out, that the game is literally, like, a lot of the characters in the games, and not all of them, but a lot of the characters in the game act weird, and people have pointed that out. But if you pay attention, a lot of them come from marginalized groups, or otherwise, like, kind of like judged groups. I love the firefighter. I love the firefighter. I let him in. It literally makes you accept to help people who might look or act weird. Also, I think that everyone kind of glosses over the fact that the protagonist is agoraphobic. Like, I think is agoraphobic and specifically is afraid of other people. And understandably so. Like, the more you learn about the protagonist, you understand, like, why they are the way that they are. But I just think it's so interesting that we're, like, people are so quick to assume that the appearance is indicative of whether or not someone's trustworthy, and not a reflection of maybe, like, the protagonist's perception of things. Like, yeah, why does the protagonist see everyone as freaky and untrustworthy? Maybe that says something about our protag more than it does the people that we're letting into our house. Maybe it says something about the heightened paranoia that's going to happen in an end-of-the-world situation where there are such a thing as imposters. Or visitors. And the strangeness of everyone's unidealized designs heightens everyone's paranoia in and out of the game. Exactly. Get scared. Also, that's why I get so frustrated when people, like, yassify the characters, because I'm like, you're literally stripping the core of, like, what makes them so special, and what makes this game so, like, important to me. Me fucking when the characters with facial scars are always gritty anti-heroes or villains. Jay, did you perhaps meet Wireface? Because I don't think you saw him in my playthrough, but I think Wireface may be my favorite character in the game. Like, with the exception of, like, the Widow and the protagonist. But I love Wireface. I really like Wireface. I think that his character is really interesting. I think Bar Guy wears long khakis. Oh, like, lower down the leg. I didn't. Who is this person? Okay, so you should draw the daughter. Don't worry. She's on here too. I love her. That's my fucking baby. That's my baby. So Wireface, really quick rundown again, just to try to avoid spoilers. Wireface is a gay man who is Georgian. He does not speak the language of the characters in the game. And when he gets to your house, he can't talk because his mouth has literally been sewn shut. Someone sewed his mouth shut because he didn't speak the language of the characters in the game. And oh, this is from the original Silent Hill game. I was like, what is this from? All of this to say, Wireface is not a villain. Wireface is not a character with gritty facial scars. Like, he is literally just a gay kid, or a gay guy, because I think he's an adult, traveling to see his boyfriend, who happened to get caught up in all of this. No, it is. And the thing is, all right, everyone, close your ears if you don't want spoilers for the game, because I'm going to share this one thing, because I found this out in my playthroughs of the game. So 3, 2, 1. No, I'm not human spoilers. Wireface is always a human. He can't be a visitor. And there are a few characters that are like that can't be visitors no matter what, and he's one of them. And I think that the choices of what characters can never be visitors is really interesting to me and has always illuminated the core tenets of the game. Anyway, spoilers over. But no, I love Wireface. I think that he's a really cool character, and I think that when I found him, I liked the game more. Yep. Baz, you're correct. No, but genuinely, imagine being stuck in a country where you can't speak the language in an apocalypse scenario. He's stronger than me. Spoilers over. Wait, tell Painted Clovers. He's so tragic, I love him. A lot of the characters are, genuinely. And I think that's one of the things that made me so endeared to the game, is it didn't just end up being like another kind of like analog horror, like, ooh, spooky people's faces game, which is fine, by the way. There's a time and a place for that too. But there's more to it than that, and I think that's why I keep coming back to it, is that it intrigues me, the characters interest me. To make the soles of the shoes go out a little farther. Everyone be nice to people with facial scars and deformities challenge. You know what? You know what's funny? The game, the actual plot of the game is more than the fan base can be. And I hope that that causes some people to reflect, genuinely. But I agree, Jade, you're completely right. I'm not sure if the messaging about ableism and building community is purposeful, but in my brain it is. I don't know if it is, but I would be very surprised to find out that it wasn't. That's why I will never tell you what it's about, but to my interpretation, I think that that was the intended point. Gotta cut off early. See you next time. No worries, and thank you for stopping by, Tristan. At least it was clearly a consideration, considering what characters can never be visitors, and the stories of a lot of the characters. I just think that it had to have been thought of, at least a little bit. All right, do we do... Also, hold on, I can get rid of these because we don't need these. Do we do Wireface or do we do the Widow next? This for reference. I think my boyfriend's being attacked in the other room. Sorry, I want to do him too. Earth Smiling Man. Where's the Widow? So the Widow's down here, and then this is Wireface. I see so many people saying Widow. Okay, I can do her. I love her. The premise of No, I'm Not Human could very easily have become ableist if executed poorly. That's actually the other reason why I think it had to have been a consideration, because you're right. Any other person that would have done this game, if they had just not given a shit, it could have become ableist, like, easily. People fall into ableist tropes in horror all the time. End of Small Sanctuary is one of my greatest songs of all time. You understand. You understand. Real meets real. Also, sorry, I had to redraw Kokai's shoes because they were bothering me. I also think, importantly, because they very explicitly state the visitors look exactly like humans except for a few signs, and disregarding a few very specific visitors, and people are like, well, you still look weird, so no, exactly! How could it become ableist? Sure. So, and this is actually something that I did a job for. I was a sensitivity reader for a horror movie script. And I have done sensitivity read work before. So there is a very unfortunate trope within horror where physical deformities and disabilities get treated as the pinnacle and the object of horror. Basically, the modern equivalent of a freak show. And I feel like most people can understand that the freak shows of the Elden days were wrong. It was wrong to make a spectacle of someone's appearance for, people's entertainment. But the problem is, because horror is one of those genres that gets a pass on doing things that are typically considered wrong or cruel, I find that, unfortunately, a lot of horror relies on a... Bless you. Baby, are you okay in there? You sound like you're being attacked by 5,000 ghouls. Okay. Bless you. Everyone's saying bless you and asking if you're okay. All that to say, the reason that No, I'm Not Human specifically as a concept could have become ableist pretty quickly is that a game that requires you to rely on the appearances of characters to determine whether or not they're human would start dehumanizing traits that real humans have. Like, a really good example of this, pointed out, is the fireman guy. The fireman guy is burned. He is a burn victim, and one of the most common horror tropes and most common types of people that get dehumanized in horror are burn victims. I mean, think Freddy Krueger is a perfect example of that. For me, the title No, I'm Not a Human has always felt like it was the player character saying it, like he doesn't feel like he can be in society, and the visitors would not admit to not being a human. I completely agree with that. Not, every single thing that the protagonist has said and like thing we know about the protagonist would support that. I completely agree. No, I'm Not a Human has been such a breath of fresh air. I've not liked similar analog horror because of how much it feels like those schizophrenia simulators. No, 100%. I completely agree. I think a lot of them fall into that category for me, and it's really frustrating. Not just someone that has like, not just as someone that is mentally disabled, but also as someone that is friends with and like active in physical disability spaces. Even in non-horror media, villains or monsters tend to be characters with visible differences, and it's important to interrogate why that is especially when making a game like this. 100% Soothbell, 100%. The other thing too, and I think that No, I'm Not a Human, the other reason why I'm like it had to have been a consideration, even the visitors, you do wind up sympathizing with them. And I think importantly, because Lemmy pointed this out, and I actually hadn't realized until I'd done a few playthroughs, the dialogue doesn't change whether or not they're a visitor. They talk exactly the same. Most of the visitors aren't even aware that they're visitors. So when you find them and you're looking for cues to figure out whether or not they're human, you can't really rely on... What's your favorite character of No, I'm Not a Human? I was saying I think Wireface, if not the protagonist or the Widow, because I love both of them. I think that they're both really good characters. Sorry, I had to move my keyboard. But no, I think the fact that the characters, not only do they not realize that they're visitors, but the fact that like you're meant to empathize with them even when they are, it's just a strong point of the game for me personally. Has anyone encountered a mortal man yet? I think it's funny, the regular ass white man scared me more than the characters who were meant to be looking unsettling intentionally. Is that the one that looks like young Jacksepticeye? I might be thinking of someone else. Is that the one? Okay, yeah. No, he looked so regular I got scared. I was like, what's wrong? You look too average. He looks like Vinny Vine Sauce to me. I also see that. Alright, hold on. I gotta make sure I get her head. One of the biggest things I always tell people when they draw hair or like they're struggling to draw hair is like draw the character bald first and then put the hair on top of the head. Because I guarantee you, if you're struggling to make a person look proportional while trying to draw their hair, you're just not drawing the head first. Because people tend to not make the hair, like, go up far enough, and so the head looks like it got squashed. Not the Among Us guy, but the Amogus guy he's so fucking funny. No, we're talking about the guy who's actually, I think he's in the game, he's in the other game by the dev. We're all born bald. All hair is drag. I kind of love your outlook on life. I'm adapting this into my philosophy. People don't draw the whole head and face first. No, actually, you'd be surprised. I've seen people just go right into drawing the hair, and I'm like, girl, I'm scared. Are you going to be able to handle this? And some people can. Like, again, it's like how people are like, how do you draw bodies without guidelines? And I'm like, I'm built different. But we aren't all built that way. So, for those of you that aren't, don't feel bad about drawing the head. Howdy, howdy. Welcome in, Animalism. The Mr. Beast guy? I also am biased because she has Sanpaku eyes, and I always like characters that have Sanpaku eyes. I just think that they're very pretty. You know what? Someone asked who my favorite actor is earlier. I don't have one, but I like Shelley Duvall. That's mine. That's my only answer that I can give you. I don't care about anyone else. Fuck everyone else. I like Shelley Duvall. Senpaku eyes. Hold on. Because this is what my eyes look like. I'm trying to find like a better reference. Okay, here we go. I like them because they're me. This is what my eyes look like. So I see a character with Senpaku eyes and I'm like, no way. What is this? The reference is like, these are evil eyes. Never mind, this is a bad reference. Hold on, I'm getting a different one. Not them calling... This is like the when they're like, these are the eyes of an evil anti-empath. And I'm like, oh my god, help. There was another reference that had them, though. Can I get a not ableist reference, please? Can I please get a waffle? Can I please get a waffle? There we go. Okay. This is the difference between Senpaku eyes. Your tails? Dude, like the narc abuse, empathy, dark empath shit makes me want to start screaming. Don't even. We'll be here forever. Just know that I understand. Just a singular bomb too. We're like holding hands and like we're telepathically communicating through this evil eyes. That's a neutral board looking eye stare. I mean, really, it's just having a droopier under eye, which I do. Which is like I said, I like anytime I see a character or a person with Senpaku eyes, I'm like, my friend. What's the difference? Literally, the difference is just it's upturned and eyes that touch the bottom of the eyelid. Yeah, basically just droopier eyes. Half the Soul Eater characters, basically. I like it. I think I'm gonna draw either Wireface or the neighbor girl next because I like them. Been made fun of for my scary looking eyes to the point where when I was younger, a family member pointed out I would fake a smile and it sucks. I get compliments for them now though. I was gonna say that's one of the reasons why I hate like the whole this is what an evil eye looks like. This is what an evil abusive person's eye looks like. And I'm like, oh my god, you guys keep inventing phrenology. Can we stop?
No, guys, I swear, the eugenics is a good idea this time.
How half the TikTokers that say this shit sound. I was today years old when I found out what Senpaku eyes. The other thing is, the reason they're called it specifically, I think, is because they have an association in, like, oh my god. I don't know if I would call it like pop mythology or if I would just call it like I think it's like a superstition that people with Senpaku eyes are like destined to live tragic lives. That's like the whole thing with them. And a lot of like celebrities that have had like Senpaku eyes have had like tragic lives. That's just the superstition part of it though. The voice you just did is killing me. Sorry, I get pissed off. Y'all are crazy for assigning morality to certain facial features. Anyway, have you played No, I'm Not Human? Exactly! I heard phrenology and choked on my tea. Can we please not bring that back? You would be surprised. It's like everyone's gagging to try and bring back phrenology at every single turn of the internet you can find. This is what bad people look like. The most average, normal-looking person. Oh my god. Don't even get me stopped on, like,
aren't you 20 and you look chopped?
Oh my god, that's a normal person. Have you gone outside? Oh my god, I thought I was losing it. Thank you. No, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And if you point it out, everyone's like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. And it's like, it is actually that deep. As someone that knows what I'm like, someone who's a history buff and knows what I'm talking about, I would argue in the time that America is like fast hurtling into fascism, it is actually that deep. It's not that deep, says the person that benefits from you not looking into it any deeper. As soon as someone's not hot, they're evil. And the thing is, that's why I like No, I'm Not Human. I mean, other than it just is a really good horror game, and a really like interesting narrative game, I think that the gameplay mechanics itself require you to look past your modern biases of what a good and bad person looks like, or what a normal and scary person looks like. And if you don't do that, you won't succeed. And I think that that's cool. Oh, yeah. Phrenology is a type of old-timey racist pseudoscience. Very closely linked with eugenics. Also, I think I made her hairline too rounded, actually. She's ended up looking more like one of the sisters. I also think that I made her eyes too drooped down at the sides. I really love how the people look in No, I'm Not Human. It's because they look like regular people. Like, it genuinely, I think the reason that I like this game so much is because they just look like regular people. And I think that's also why people saying they look freaky was so startling to me, because I'm like, you could see, like, people like this just on the street. Like, this is just a regular-ass person. It's a perfect example culturally of, like, I think people have just forgotten what a normal non-influencer person looks like. No, Not Human is great at making all the characters kind of unflattering through style and light, which makes you you question your susceptibility to pretty privilege. Mm-hmm. Hold on, I am gonna make her hair is like a little messy because I think she's getting split ends from being out in the sun. Also, poor girl, I don't know when the last time she had a shower was. They look like regular people who have suffered. No, exactly. Don't even get me started on, like, the apocalypse stories where everyone looks like they're just, like, they've just rolled out of their acting trailer. I do still feel like I'm making her look more like the sisters, because the sisters, while they have similar eye shapes, hers are more turned into the nose. Oh, you know what? Her waterline's also a little bigger. I think that's also part of it. Okay, that's better. That already looks more like her. I'm all for cartoony styles, but seeing a horror game with characters in this art style where you can see all their unflattering features makes me so happy. And the other thing is, this is phenomenal practice for doing art. Guys, if you want to practice drawing human features, please, please, please draw characters that are not, like, Pinterest and, like, magazine models. Not only will you get better faster, you'll also have an understanding of anatomy that you cannot get from someone that has been essentially photoshopped to hell and back to no longer look like a person that you would see on the street. And even though these characters are clearly photoshopped, like they're not real people, I think that the No, I'm Not Human characters look more human than a lot of model references you can find online. I gotta draw more? Yes, everyone draw together now. Draw them so good. Also, I agree, the game's atmosphere makes them seem creepier than they are, and I think that's 100% intentional, right? Like, I think that the game is asking you to question your biases while also making it harder for you to do so, but that is part of the horror. This is so much fun. I never get to draw real humans since I do, like, a cartoon webcomic. To be honest, these characters don't look unflattering to me from the game photos or the way that I'm drawing them. I don't even think they look unflattering from the game photos, though I will say the ring, like the camera peephole images you get to see of them can be a little scary sometimes. But no, I agree. Just them sitting in the house and like kind of chilling, I think they just look like regular people. Now, I will say that the widow is carrying her husband's corpse when you find her, and that is probably pretty alarming. But if you listen to her talk, she's literally just like, he died. Like, I can't bury him. And I don't want to leave him. I think her cheekbone is a little too pointy. The way that I drew it, or the way... Oh, you're right. Her face is more rounded. Thank you. No, you're not seeing things. That's 100% true. I think I was looking at the way that I drew... She does have a little bit more of a jowl there, though. I think that's maybe what I was trying to get. Cheerful Man's hat making his eyes 2 little dots is really funny to me. Boy, why are you batter from off? Can I ask something? And you can hear her crying in the night in the bathroom. I know. I love her. Sorry, I hope I get her again in my game. She's like one of my favorites. I also love him, and last time I did a practice run through, he was a visitor. I'm like, please, BB, be a human next time. I don't want to have to kill you. I love you. Do we think he's gay? Do we think his special friend that he mentions is a man? Because I'm looking at him and I'm seeing a friend. I'm seeing a fellow. This is a gay man. Like, is the sky blue? Like, I'm sorry, this is a gay man, right? Like, I'm not crazy. We know Wireface is gay, but this is the one where I'm like, I don't think we ever get it confirmed, but like, I'm seeing a cousin of mine. Like, this is a friend. She's feeling cunt. I'm allowing it. He's wearing a crop top. I mean, I was gonna say, here's the thing. Anyone could wear whatever. But it's the crop top, the thigh highs, and the glasses position, and just the fact that he's a delightful person. In that little ensemble, that's a friend of Dorothy. Alright, I'm glad I'm not crazy. I never knew it was RNG on whether or not they were visitors. It is. You cannot remember. Like I said, there are some characters that are always guaranteed visitors and always guaranteed humans, but if you don't want to spoil yourself, you really can't rely on that. You will notice the patterns of them. Also, some of them are percentages. Like, some people are very, very, very low chance of being visitors, but they still can be. If the special friend is not his gay lover, then it's his drag mother. Do you understand my Toasty, I see you. Actually, I had 2 different interpretations of his dialogue, right? He mentioned someone who he first uses he pronouns for and then corrects himself. So I had 2 thoughts on that. One, either he's trying to be slick, like either he is a gay man but he's like not comfortable being out, or it's very possible that that was actually a trans woman that he's friends with and he was correcting himself, because he mentions that they had a fight that ended up in that person dying. And I was like, I wonder if there was like, I wonder if part of his lore is that he has a trans femme friend that he didn't support and then lost her because of it, and now he regrets it. Like, I was wondering if that was his thing. But I could be wrong. Like, I don't know if I'm interpreting that right. It could also be a drag mother. He corrects himself to say she when talking about his important person. That's why I'm thinking, like, was she a trans woman? Was that the point? Because he seemed like there was a lot of regret there. There's a lot of heavy emotion, which I really like, if that's the case. Hold on, I gotta make my brush smaller again. My brush is progressively getting smaller, which is funny because now this guy is drawn with like super thick brush and everyone else is getting like more and more detailed. What's the significance of the characters who are 100% visitors? Really, the significance I would only say is just that it's a kind of guaranteed run buster. But I think that the main significance is you can figure out more about the visitors when you let them in deliberately and talk to them about, like, do they know they're visitors? How did they become visitors? Because, like I said, a lot of the characters that are visitors, even the ones that are guaranteed 100% of the time, they either don't know, or if they know, they don't want to hurt people. Like, there is a very specific visitor that's very beloved by the fandom that, like, is aware that they're a visitor but does not want to hurt anyone and really regrets that, you know, it keeps happening. Are you drawing Cat Lady? I will. I like Cat Lady. I could see it going either way. That's why, I mean, I think it's interesting however you interpret it, but I always want to know more about him. Can you tell me what the plot of the game is? I can kind of guess, but I want to know. This is so interesting without spoilers. Yeah. Basically, also, you know who else I want to draw? I want to draw the protagonist. I actually really like the protagonist. Hold on. I'm going to pull him in. There we go. So the plot of No, I'm Not a Human is basically that it is the end of the world. You are a homeowner that lives alone and is kind of like a hermit, noted by your neighbors that you don't go outside a lot, you don't really talk to people. But your neighbors, the game starts by your neighbor coming over and basically saying, hey, the sun is overheating and killing people, and they think that it's either going to explode or there's going to be some solar cosmic event that, you know, wipes a lot out. Also, the reason that he's a sole homeowner is because his father died and left him the house. So that's the only reason he owns the house. It's kind of implied that our protagonist is not the most well-off, mentally or, like, economically speaking. So there's a lot of layers to it. Game starts with the neighbor coming over and telling you that this is happening and saying, hey, there may be people that come up to your house to ask for shelter from the sun at night. You should let them in. There's also these things called visitors going around and killing people. They look like humans, but they're not humans. We don't know much about it yet, but apparently if you watch the news, they're going to give you tests to figure out who is and isn't human. And the main character is like, well, why do I have to let people in? And the neighbor is kind of like, well, one, because it's not safe to be alone, and two, because in times like this especially, we have to look out for each other. So the plot of the game is essentially, and like the play of the game is basically, you have to figure out who is and isn't human by doing these tests that are put out by FEMA, which is the government health organization. All while trying to figure out what this cataclysmic event is. Like, what are the visitors? Where do they come from? How does it happen? I think it's so lovely how the game punishes you for being alone. Exactly. Even though that's what the main character is most, like, drawn towards being. I feel like no one draws the protag. I really like the protag. I, like, not just from the standpoint of enjoying a delightfully well-written hermit character as someone that was a shut-in for a while myself. I think he's interesting. I think he's a very overlooked character. How many endings have you gotten? 2. I want to get a better ending, and specifically I want to save the little neighbor girl on my playthrough tomorrow. Those are my goals. So I'm going to just slim out the lines of the shirt here a bit. Listening to you talk convinced me to add it to my Steam wish list. I will say the other thing, it has really good replayability because there are so many different endings. And it's a quick playthrough. I think I beat the game in like 3 hours. But it's worth the price because with the different ways to play through, you'll end up playing it for a lot longer than that. Guys, please come tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one, a long one. Yes, tomorrow is a very special stream. We're gonna be streaming for a long time. We're gonna be doing basically a mid-month marathon. I would appreciate all the support I can get. But yeah, it has 13 endings too. To the person to ask. Does the main character have a sprite? The most we get of the main character is this specific window, or this specific mirror shot. And there's a few endings where you see a full body shot of the main character, but I don't think we ever see their face. I still think I've made Bar Guy's line art too thick. You know what I could do? My favorite thing to do is just go in by 1 pixel. This might make it too thin, but we're gonna find out. Oh no, it made it too thin. Well, not really. I'll leave it. This only started partially related, but I started using a pen tool instead of a pencil tool to make quick, easy sketches because I really like how you sketch, and for some reason the sketches I make without guidelines look better than the sketches I make with guidelines. And it's confusing the hell out of me. It's because you're getting a more natural gesture. Like, you're feeling the movement of the drawing and of the pose rather than trying to force yourself to stay to something that's so rigid. I also have that experience, and welcome to being an artist. It doesn't make sense, but it does work. Also, where is... Could have you played World of Horror by chance? I haven't, actually. There she is. Sorry, I was looking for her. he has some art in the endings, though. That is true. Although, deliberately haven't looked at some of the endings because I don't want to spoil myself, because the only endings I've gotten are the... I've been told is like one of the worst endings where, you know, you have visitors in your house by the end. And then... Oh my god, what was the other one I got? Actually, maybe I have only gotten that one. No, I got the ending where the tall guy busts in your door. That's the other one I got. Glad to catch stream again after attending university. I always love watching your streams. Thank you, Cottage Gem. That's very sweet. How does being alone get you hurt in the game other than obvious psychological damage? So there is a visitor that breaks into your house if you don't have anyone staying with you, and it's like an immediate game over. Do you want to see him? Or, like, it's not too much of a spoiler because he's like the front of the game. Hold on. Here's a good image of him. The pale guy. This guy. I kind of also want to draw him. He's pretty freaky. He will break down, and there's like even an animated cutscene of him breaking into your house and killing you. But if you have no one in your house, he will break in. He also just outright tells you he's a visitor. No, exactly. He's out for blood. He don't care. He's not trying to fool anyone. He's like, I'm just gonna kill you. Pill Visitor is hilarious. I love how he's just eyes emoji. You alone? The farter. I have an exam to study for. See you later, everyone. No worries, Floop. Are you going to try to draw the main character today? I am, Dotted. I am. I'm going to try to draw the girl, Wireface, and the main character. I think those are going to be my goals for the stream. It does look like her pants aren't rolled, but they are baggy at the end. Motorcycle jump scare? I'm so sorry. The other thing is I want to make her back more rounded. If she was carrying someone on her back, she would be much more hunched over than this. Even if her husband has passed, like, she would be more hunched. Are you playing No I'm Not Human tomorrow? I am, and I'm doing a marathon of it. I'm going to be going until I get a good ending. That's the goal. Until I get a good ending, until I can save the neighbor girl, because those were my 2 goals for the game. I'm very excited. Oh, especially if her husband has passed. Dead bodies are heavy as shit. Yeah. The other thing is I gotta like bend her knees more. Like she doesn't feel like she's holding the weight as well as I could make the pose look. Do you think you'll edit a gameplay video like mouthwash? Yeah. You know, I actually have the home safety hotline video mostly done. Andy got that one finished. I just have to do a thumbnail for it. That's not going to be out this week, but the plan and the goal is for the week after, because I wanted to get that out before Halloween. This one's a little harder because I've done multiple playthroughs of it, but I'm going to talk to Andy. Andy's my editor, and see how we can do it. Kind of off topic, but have you played One Shot? Not only have I played One Shot on Mutuals with Creator, I played One Shot when it was like in beta, like years ago. I would absolutely play it again on stream. I love One Shot. Honestly, one of like a really big inspiration for me artistically. Are you starting the stream earlier than usual? Nope, I'm going to start it at the same time. We're just going to go later. I would play One Shot again on stream. I have a plan to do a RPG game marathon, because I want to play One Shot, Eve, Witch's House, Off, Mad Father again, probably. Are those two ladies? Yeah, they're sisters. I want to draw them too, because I like them. I don't think I'll get to them tonight, though. I think I have to do... I'm going to do the protagonist, the little girl, and Wireface tonight. Have you played Omori on stream? I have not. I've never played Omori, period, actually. My little sister really likes it. I might play it at some point. I'm not opposed. And I haven't... Not only have I not played Lily's Well, I've never heard of Lily's Well. I do intend to stream the remake of Off. I love Off. Forever. Undertale question mark? You know, it's funny, I started Undertale playthrough and I never finished it on stream. I have played like 300 hours of Undertale, make no mistake. I am an Undertale. I was here on week 1. On the release of the game, I was playing Undertale. I've been in the trenches, but I never finished it on stream. I don't know why. Undertale and Deltarune are like games that I love that I cannot play on stream. I will though. I do intend to do an Undertale playthrough. I just like keep forgetting. Gotta see your reactions to the new tracks and stuff. There is one track I was spoiled on, and it was the Dan fight theme, and I like shrieked when I heard it. Tricky Tony strikes a fucking again. I do have a Pokemon playthrough to finish though, because I have to do the Nuzlocke. That's actually planned for November. That's like, also her knees are like killing me. I might be lazy. I might like wait to do her. Although the back would probably come down a little bit more. Heartlock, my beloved. They replaced that one. It's better now? What? Was it like was it an unused one? Sorry, I was like slapping my chest. Does anyone ever slap themselves like a seal? I've been meaning to ask, have you played Killer Frequency? I haven't played it. I want to play it, but I watched my boyfriend play it when he was a streamer. And I fucking love that game. It was a phenomenal game. That's why I want to play it with myself. Sorry, if you ever hear me going like, that's me slapping my belly. Also, the track was the Dedan fight theme track that got removed from the final cut of the game. What game? Killer Frequency, babe. I love that game. Also, come in here. Unless you're just being shy. I heard you talking about me. Yeah, I'm like gay obsessed with you. Come here. Come here. Batman. Batman would not say that. I spent 7 minutes trying to put my critter sticker. I won. Awesome. Sorry, I was being stubborn and not going on whatever you wanted me to. You like Batman? Passingly, yes, and I like the Batman Rogues. I think Batman's like one of the few superheroes I actually like and know things about. I don't think Batman would say, "Come here, Batman," unless he's afraid of his reflection in the mirror. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna be lazy. I'm gonna do someone else. I said I was gonna do... There's a horror movie list. I think I'll do Wireface next, actually. Thoughts on Spider-Man? He alright. I like Miles Morales. I think Spider-Man can be fun. I kind of want to do Wireface in a more casual pose because I feel like he gets drawn like going through the horrors all the time. I just want to make cute art of Wireface. I used to have a Batman phase when I was younger. I was really into the Batman Rogues when I was in college. Specifically because I watched Gotham like before college, and then I was like, I love the Riddler. I want to know more. And then actually what's funny is by getting into the Batman Rogues, I like Jonathan Crane more, like the Scarecrow. Hold on, I gotta make sure that I'm doing his face like dimensional. The nose is the part that's getting me. I also think I made his nose too low. Okay, there, that's better. No, now your facial features are too big. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta zoom in. It's so funny because Slime still is streaming No I'm Not Human right now, and I was gonna say that's what we're gonna be playing tomorrow. I'm just investing. You know, I just realized that Wireface also has Senpaku eyes. I think I just like characters with these features. What did you think of Cameron Monaghan Joker? That's not really the Joker, but also is I thought that shit was crazy. I forgot that happened. I only watched season 3, but I remember seeing that part because I was like, hello? You draw Cashier Girl with so much swag. Thank you. I love her. I love her, and I think that she's either yassified or unloved, and that makes me sad. I think I need to move your nose up. Your nose is closer to the bottom of your eyes than I drew it. I'm curious, what kind of drawing tablet do you use? I love this art. I use a Wacom Intuos Pro. I'm back from eating pizza and this looks so good. Hold on, let me look. Hold on. I actually am really happy with these. I think that my figure drawing is coming in clutch. I really like the Widow. I have to do her pants because like the legs were kind of beating my ass. Actually, what's funny is now that I'm a little more warmed up, I don't think I did the bar guy as good. Like I think I need to go back and redo some things with him. I just think he doesn't have enough detail now. And like I said, the line art's like way too thick compared to all the other ones. I also think that I didn't like do the bottom parts of his eye well enough. And if he's wearing a press shirt, like this shit is going to be way more wrinkly than I drew it. You can always tell when the first drawing I did of the knight is, and it's not even the first drawing I did because I was working on Leica's earlier today. It's just that it's the first of the more serious drawings I did. He needs to be transform tooled so he's to scale. These are so beautiful, swag. Thank you. You know, the other thing is I could make his eyelid pop out more. Those are some brows on that boy. He's a gay man. He has to serve, even in the apocalypse. The cunt-pocalypse. I says he faces the horrors. More details on the neck, actually. You are so right. It's also the collar. Jesus Christ, the collar looks like a fucking SpongeBob collar. I can do better than that. Okay, that's so much better than whatever the hell I had before. SpongeBob. Warm-ups are so important. I didn't realize until like a few months ago. The more you draw, the better you're going to get at drawing in that single day. And you'll look back at what you first drew at the beginning of the day and you're like, Jesus, this looks shit. And it doesn't mean that it is shit. It just means it was the first thing that you drew, and that's fine. But never, ever, ever judge your drawing skills off the first thing you draw for the day. Like, it's simply just not going to look good. I feel like he deserves leg hair. Do you understand? Like, he's a skinny-ass man, but he's got leg hair. But it's not like the curly kind of leg hair. Like, he's got fucking rail straight leg hair, I bet. I also know this guy watches a mean game of football and puts down pints like no one's fucking business. Not American football, by the way, European football. Also, I don't think his shirt fits well. This is my mind. Not the original football. Exactly. I don't know if he has under eye bags like that, actually. That doesn't look like him anymore. Hold on, let me see his thingy again. The other thing I'm missing is his cheekbones are not defined enough in my drawing. Remember, always do stretches and little motions with your hands so you don't totally fuck up while drawing. This is also very true, Giorno. Thank you. I love you guys as my chat. I feel very lucky. Sometimes I see other Twitch streamers' chats, and, like, I don't think they're bad, because I never want to shit on anyone else's, like, scene. I think a lot of them have really nice, like, chats. But I think the energy in this chat is one that I don't see brought much else, or brought anywhere else, and I'm really grateful for it. Everyone's just, like, genuinely very kind and chill. I'm gonna give my hand a rest for the night. I'm super sleepy from working. Don't worry, Gummy. If you plan to fall asleep to stream, that is okay. If you want to go listen to something else, I also completely understand. So, hold on, I gotta get his... Yeah, now that looks way more like Bar Guy. That looks way more like Bar Guy. You emanate good vibes as a streamer. I do try. I think sometimes I can get evil, but, like, in the same way that cats can sometimes get evil. Not with malice or hatred in my heart, simply just a little bit of chaos. Okay, wait, that's the widow. Wireface? There's my baby. Are you up here? There he is. You could stand to get more evil. I'm scared. Every so often, Faris has to reel me back in. He's like, you're getting too evil. I was like, okay. I think that your personality and the way you talk and care about things is the main reason why your community is so nice. Thank you. It's not all me, though. It's gotta be you guys, too. Like, I don't puppeteer y'all. You decide to come here and be kind, and I want to appreciate that. Also, he has a Cupid's bow. That's the other thing that I really like about his design. I think that it's handsome. Hold on, I do want to make sure I get his lip shape right, though. Like, am I crazy in saying that Wireface is handsome? I actually think that he looks really nice. And seeing that he gets so beat up in the game always makes me really sad. I'm like, I want to take care of you. I need to get the first aid kit out. You're still streaming? Yeah, I'm planning on finishing the characters that I'm drawing, and then I'm gonna be done for the night. No, like, please, like, I need to take care of him. He only took the stitches out. Like, he didn't even wipe his face. Also, did he use disinfectant? Like, this poor fucking guy. The scene was already here, but you being so unapologetically kind while not taking any shit has such an impact on my outlook. Adding more kindness to the world, and that's, I think, the vibe of this chat. Thank you. That's the goal, genuinely. He looks like a sad European man. Well, he's Georgian. And the way you're so openly willing to talk about social issues and whatnot leads to bigots and assholes very easily being filtered out. I'm always scared. This is like a private fear. I'm always scared that I'm going to be putting like a fat ass target on my back for like getting hate rated. Now we have we have things prepared in case this happens. I think also being a furry, you just kind of have to be locked into that being very possible as like something that can happen. But oh my god, if it doesn't keep me up at night. I see how people treat people on the internet. It scares the fuck out of me sometimes. You definitely get back what you put into the chat, and I feel like you don't see that anymore. So Twitch also has tools specifically to deal with that as mods. Yes. It's been something we've talked about extensively, because I think also because I know that my community is like a very queer, like very heavily queer community, and even the folks that aren't, because I've seen multiple people say that they're straight in chat, and like I said, y'all are just as welcome and loved here too. But very queer, very like, I know that there are kids here. I wouldn't want them to get exposed to shit. Like, it has been something we have talked about and prepared for extensively if it does happen. Hi. This is the guy with his mouth stitched up. Yeah, I love Wireface. You do influence it a lot. I think the ambiance is less monetized. Like, some people are really trying to feed into this parasocial relationship with the audience just for fun, for money. Here is a fun space where we share experiences while we see you work. Yeah, I think being around your community, High Harbor, and your streams have genuinely made me a little nicer as a person too. The Niceys energy propagates. Do we know who sewed his mouth shut? He says that someone showed his mouth shut because they couldn't understand him, and he seems really scared of the surgeon, who is another like visitor you can get. I don't think the surgeon did it, but I think that whoever did it was either FEMA or like medical professional of some kind. We never get confirmation, but like I said, we know that he specifically says it's because they couldn't understand him. Critter is art teacher to me. I get to enjoy class and then everyone goes home afterwards. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I like didn't go into it for like a litany of reasons. Political climate being one of them, but this is like the closest I get and I appreciate it. I also don't know if his hair is actually meant to be purple or if it's just like the art style. But I think it's kind of awesome if his hair is actually purple. Does he use those exact words, don't understand me, because it can mean more than the language barrier? Hold on, so there's a codex. In the game, Wireface doesn't speak Georgian in text, but if you listen to his dialogue from outside the room, like if he's the only person in the room, he does speak Georgian. And so people have used a decoding tool to understand what his text is supposed to say. I can't remember exactly what the line is, but essentially he says something like, "Those bastards couldn't understand what I was saying, so they sewed my mouth shut." Like, that's the specific line that I think. You're literally teaching a school of fish? I felt very clever when I came up with the minnows and guppies school pun. I still like saying it because of that. I like how calm people are. I think that's also something that I don't get in other streams. I go in other streams, I get, like, overstimulated instantly. Again, I know I can get hyper, too. Oh, wait, he's got an earring. Wait. My left is his right. Okay. Because that's the other reason that a lot of people knew that Wireface was gay, is that he has his right ear pierced. And he specifically says he got the ear piercing from his special friend, which is like... It is the gay ear, yes. He has the gay ear pierced. He talks about having a male friend that he misses and wants to see again. I'm so picky about streams I watch. Why are so many of them, like, hurting my ears and eyes? It's for some people. Like, the thing is, I fully understand, too. Some people like the CoComelon, and I don't even think there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I want that, and that's not always. But also, I think there need to be calm spaces, too, especially with how chaotic everything seems in the world these days. CoComelon, we did CoComelon once, and it was insane. So many people were like, I can't do this. God forbid. God, I forgot he traveled to Yep, it's Russia. He traveled to Russia to see his boyfriend and then got caught up in all of this. In my brain, he leaves and reunites with him, guys. Trust. I want the happy ending for him. So badly. So badly I want Wireface to be happy. We did CoComelon. On a Nuzlocke stream, what I did is I had multiple GIFs, multiple videos, Pokemon and drawing, and multiple audios running all at the same time. It was kind of insane. I don't think I could ever do it again, like, for my sake of survival, but it was really funny. Also, my computer stalled out a few times, despite having, like, a beefy-ass computer. I still think the bar guy looks... I think because bar guy's proportions are, like, so, like, extreme compared to the other characters. Every time I think the one thing that's standing out to me right now is he's not tall enough and his head's not big enough. Or his head, it might be too big, actually. Hold on, what happens if we make your head smaller? But everyone else looks fine. Oh wait, I literally just need to make his head smaller. Okay, that was it. It's fine now. Something about the proportion of the head makes a character look taller or smaller. Speaking of queer piercings, apparently my friend's mom clocked that I was queer, not because of how I present myself, but because my nose is pierced on the left side. I didn't even know that was a call. I just did it because my mom has hers on the right and I like my mom. That's really sweet, though. And yeah, that is. I would honestly... If you're ever bored and want a fun thing to research, highly would recommend people look up the history of, like, queer calling tags and, like, ways that queer people, not just from your country too, like, try to do different countries as well. How historically queer people have, like, flagged each other down, because I think it's really cool to learn about. Also, his skin... Okay, sorry, I'm just looking at his model. His skin looks good as fuck. This guy moisturizes. Like, I think we are getting a bad view of him because he, like, literally has gone through the horrors. But, like, look at his arms. Bro uses lotion. I know that this guy fucking served when he was not going through, like, treachery. He had a skincare routine. Hold on, I made his shoulder too pointy. But I'm also just a gay man, so I see gay men see gay man, and I'm like, my Pookie. Your drawing of him is so baby. Thank you. Can you tell he's my favorite? He's kind of getting favoritism right now. Him, Widow, and Cashier Girl are, like, some of my favorites. I like Coke Guy too. I think the fandom all really likes Kokai, so I have like I have hipsterism where I'm like, I need to pick a different favorite. I can't have the same favorite as everyone else. But I also like Kokai. Someone get this man back to his boyfriend, please. My favorites are the Widow and the sister. I also love the sisters. God, I don't think there's a bad fucking character in this game. Actually, that's a lie. There's the one guy who's misogynist who was a human. I just killed him immediately. Bro wanted to look nice for his boyfriend. I know. I also think his neck is... I saw someone say something about his neck, but it went by quickly on my end. But I think his neck is skinnier. I actually made his neck too thick. I very rarely have this. I have the opposite problem. I usually make people's neck too thin. He does have an Adam's apple that's pretty prominent in this front-facing sprite. Which way did the other guy misgender their friend? Possibly those two are a pair. So hold on, the cheerful man. Let me find him. The cheerful man is a different guy. Because we know for a fact that Wireface was seeing a friend in Russia. Cheerful man's friend is dead. Cheerful man's friend, he originally uses he pronouns for his friend, but then changes to she. So we were like, either Cheerful man's trying to be like stealth gay, or Cheerful man's friend was a trans woman, and so he's correcting himself and using her proper pronouns. I want to know more about all of the characters, but he's one that like interests me the most, I think. Fuck, I love the delivery guy too! The delivery guy's so funny. He's like, I gotta pay for college somehow. It doesn't matter, it's an apocalypse. Alright, wait, hold on. There's Wireface. Trying to stay in the closet with that cunty outfit, are we for real, girl? I fucking love him. I pulled this up on Steam and I can't get over the comment that says, finally I can look at armpits without getting called a perp. I'm doing my best to maintain my composure right now. It's okay. The silence! Dare I speak? Something I love about how this game is how, like, on edge it makes me. There's like, actually tears in my eyes. Okay, hold on. If that makes sense. It makes me scared to open the window because the prospect of being alone is dangerous, and that makes a visitor... Wait, that makes me think a visitor is literally going to be staring into the window. Yep, I thought that too. Alone or not, that would be such a freaky event, and I want it. Don't pay attention to me standing 50 feet away and poking it with a stick. The eyes just... Guys, it's just my face! It's like my actual facial expression, please. The fact that Wireface is in the literal closet fries me. I didn't even put that together. Stellar game. Oh, Steam comments my something. Real sees real. Watching the stream, why are you trying not to laugh? I can't read it again. I'm not strong enough. This is totally random, but I really find it weird how it took Capcom 30 years to make a woman Robot Master and Mega Man Splash Woman, but they ended up scrapping B Woman to make Splash Woman when they could have just had 2 women in the cast. I'm so sorry, Giorno, I don't go to here. But wait, Mega Man, I think maybe Harpy goes to there. Unless I'm thinking of it. I really hope I'm thinking of the right thing. I go to Mega Man. Okay. I don't know why I keep thinking Astro Boy every time you say Mega Man, because that's simply just not the same thing. They're not even... One's an anime. But you know my brain. Critter, please! I'm sorry, what am I getting pleased? Did you see my... Wait, did I miss something? Mega Man recommendations for you? I did. I remember talking about that. I could make him gayer. I could make this pose gayer. I think I will. I have the power. Gotta head out, but thanks for the stream, no worries. And thank you for stopping in, Kaiman. Cut him up. He deserves it. He deserves to slay a little bit. The tails, are they in the way? Okay, yeah, they are. Hold on. Hold on. I can move this so that I'm drawing him a little farther up. Here we go. Oh my god. The urge to make him gayer, speaking to Critter like the Green Goblin mask, you understand. Every single time I have the ability to draw a character gayer, it like possession style. Sorry, I heard music outside. The wine guy moved 2 hot dogs. I really don't want to, I like only have a vague understanding of what you've just said. Is this the guy that's making wine out of things? I gotta do the get your ears out of the caption meme, but with Critter's tails. Like he's making hot dogs out of more things now? Oh no. Oh no. There's no more music? Oh, thank you. Oh wait, no, there should be. There should be. I think it's just a pause between songs. It seems as though this specific song got silenced on YouTube for whatever reason. There we go. What if I screamed? Is it, okay, so is he making wine out of hot dogs, or is he making hot dogs out of things that you shouldn't make hot dogs out of, like other ingredients? Both are bad. It's hot dog wine. I don't like that. This is terrible news. I think I drew Wireface, like, more detailed than the other characters. Like, I'm gonna have to shrink him and his line art's gonna be so thin. This is the cost of being gay, everyone. You can't tell me you're not curious. Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. I don't want to see it. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to know of it. I don't want to taste it. Not a single sense needs to be sated in this instance. New wine just dropped called I don't even know how to the French gets me again. De Glizzy. What time do chat start tomorrow? Chat starts again at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Dude, I'm getting my ass beat by the legs in all of these. What if I just drew your upper body? Go gadget my laziness. His cunty little skinny jeans nodding. I love him. I also wanted him to be, like, leaning more. No, but I kind of like the wraparound. Hold on. You took his legs. I'm sorry, I don't want to draw them. Like, I'm going to, but I'm avoiding it because they're hard. And I'm being lazy. What if I drew the baby? What if I drew the neighbor girl as a trade? If I can do all of the lines for these and then, like, do a really quick pass of colors, it would be fun to have fan art to post. It's been a while since I've posted fan art. Because a lot, like, I've done fan art for the print club and stuff, but, like, I consider that, like, work fan art. It's been a while since I've just done fan art, like, for fun. I love her. My baby, my everything, my Lala. You should draw the cat. I promise I'll draw the cat and the cat lady at a later date. I want to make sure I'm getting her nose right. Imagining Wireface to the Preminger edit now. No, I'm Not Human has that insane fan art potential because I almost never draw fan art, but when the game pulled it up into my life, oh my god, I was crazy. There's so much. Also, I think because they're pretty much every single person that I know that has played the game has had at least one character that they really liked. Most of these look like real people, but this one looks like an 8-year-old with a 30-year-old man's face. No, I've seen babies that look like her before. Sometimes little kids are a little ugly, and that's fine. They're literally babies. I love the firefighter. The firefighter makes me so sad. Why is she purple? They're all a little funny colors. Sorry to go off topic, but I wanted to say outside perspective, only if you're comfortable, of course. I've been using a fake name online, and the more I use it when thinking about myself, the more connected I get to the name. Whenever I'm online and my friends refer to me as my real name, I feel kind of disconnected. Yes, it's my real name, but it doesn't feel right. I don't really align myself with the trans label, but maybe it's one of those things I need to step back. Yeah, absolutely. Jello, I had the same thing happen, honestly. Yeah, she's the most little girl-looking character I've ever seen. No, seriously, I think a lot of times when kids are depicted in media, they kind of they're another victim of yassification. They make them too polished, and it's I mean, real little kids look kind of awkward, especially when they're like babies. They're in that growing stage where they have kind of weird looking proportions. But it's because they're growing, they're babies. I love her. Sorry, she also reminds me of my little sister. She has the same cheeks that my little sister had. I do think her mouth needs to be higher up though, you're so right. I think no, her nose needs to be higher too. Sorry for 5,000 cars. Mary? Sorry, there's just James screaming ASMR. Okay. Hello? Okay, hold on, I'm skipping. And then this is the fucking Phantom of the Opera song. Do you plan to draw the fireman, burn fireman? Yeah, I do actually. I want to draw the fireman. I want to draw the smiling man, or the happy man. I want to draw the sisters. I want to draw. I mean, honestly, if I could draw every character, I would. Cheerful man. I also like the fortune teller. I want to draw her too. I have drawn the most ominous goldfish. I had to tell someone before a curse is put on me. Oh, also, I can turn the music up if it's quiet, Theo. Sorry, so at one point, Serena had said it was kind of loud, so I turned it down a little bit. Also, I think I made her face too short, actually. Her chin is a little longer. What is the song? This song is Promise by Akira Yamaoka. This is also from Silent Hill. I can also turn it up a little bit. There's one track that's pretty loud. It's a little quieter now. Okay, I can turn it up a bit then. Who's talking in my ear? Sorry, that was Mary from Silent Hill 2. Just there for the vibes. Oh, I guess I'm drawing on this layer. Whoops. All my friends love the cat. It makes me very happy. My beautiful little creature. No, I do. I love it. Also, I have a feeling that she's going to start getting covered by the... Hold on. She's going to start getting covered by my tail. Okay, that looks more like her now. It's the apocalypse. Taking dead people's belongings is inevitable. Alive people's teeth would scare me. Well, and the other thing is he admitted to doing it before the apocalypse. Like, he just did that. That was just him. That was his realness. Also, thank you for the save break. Creator, since we talk a lot about horror in the stream, what's your favorite piece of horror media and why? I don't know if I could pick just one. Man, this is actually really hard. I really like the book Haunting of Hill House. I've never seen the show, but personally I like the book a little more. I like the time period it's from. Fucking know this song is a cover from That Was Over and Old, the Lion King backstory of Scar and Mufasa with DeviantArt images. That's awesome! Onyx, that's crazy! I do like Haunting of Hill House, though, if I had to pick one. I think also... I'm trying to think of, like, fundamental things to my storytelling. I heard it, I perked up like a fucking sleeper agent. That's beautiful. Caption froze. Ooh, let me fix that really quick. There we go. I would love to get these done. I don't know if I can. I might have to wait for tomorrow. Hold on. You ever wanted to do those canon versus fanon images with an OC of yours? I've seen people do them, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand the point. Or, like, I don't understand it. Is it, like, to do, like, the fan misinterpretation of your character? Because not only do I already know what that is, I've literally seen that happen with my webcomic. Can I say, one of the funniest things about writing a webcomic is people are like, oh no, why would Leica do that? And I'm like, yeah, why would Leica do that? Maybe you should think about that. Maybe you should think about the fact that Leica puts herself on a pedestal as a hero, and like she holds herself to unrealistic standards that she can't even meet, and what that might manifest is later in the story. Why would Leica do that? Looks into the camera. Or like when people are like, no, Mars, why are you being mean to yourself? I'm like, no, I have no idea why the traumatized child that thinks that they're responsible for horrendous things would be mean to themselves and be self-punishing. Who's to say? Person who thinks they're fundamentally broken and incapable of love without hurting people around them. Why are you being so mean to yourself? Gonna have to square up with the other person named Onyx. I'm sorry. You guys are gonna have to be friends because other Onyx is a long-term stream regular. I could never. Onyx, Toasty, Jade, these are some of the backbones of the stream chat. Some of the only people that aren't mods that are like backbones of the stream chat. There's more too. Truly a real meets real moment. Why are we fighting in this beautiful world? No need to fight. Why would Kara do that? Make Mars do that? No, literally. This is probably the end of stream. Hi, everyone. Honestly, I'm enjoying drawing, but as long as my boyfriend's not like, I need to go to work at 5 a.m. tomorrow, I can keep drawing for a bit. My baby! I love her. Sorry. She's like... She reminds me so much of my little sister when she was a baby. I like got so sad seeing her in the game. I was like, oh no. I used to be a regular, and now you're mod. This is how it happens. It's the regular to mod pipeline. You hang around, and I start to trust you, and I'm like, okay, actually, you're chill. Do you want god powers? My promotion. My boss is awesome. Literally, why would Kara do this again? That's what happened to me too. I mean, really what it is just like after I get to know people from being in stream for a while, I'm just kind of like, damn, you're chill. I fuck with you, I fuck with your vibe, here's a gun. That's how it goes. I'm just a humble, silent watcher, and listen, that's also okay. The lurkers are what, like, makes the stream. Obviously, I cannot read 500 messages at once. Actually, I don't think we've ever had 500 people in here. I can't read 300 messages at once. So people just vibing with this on in the background are what, like, keeps the stream going. Even when we're like going through speed racer conversation, everyone plays a little part. We have had 500 if I remember correctly. I believe you. Oh, the debut. Okay, yeah, that's true. That we would have done that then. What happened over the last minute and a half? Jeff Bezos put me in the Shadow Realm. We were just talking about mods and how people get being mods. Claps my hands like a baby. Hi, Critter. Hello. I don't want to fight, but every time my brain goes, oh, every time you say Onyx, I'm so sorry. Was there 500 when Critter came up from hiatus? Maybe? I don't remember. I'm wondering if we could get that tomorrow. That'd be crazy. I saw someone that was front page earlier that had 3,000 who was also a furry, and I was like, I feel like I'm gonna puke. Like, happy for you, but also I'm afraid. You could just call me Miki or Yurasi. Do you have one that you prefer? I've been calling you Onyx because I have like the thing where I either grab the beginning or end of someone's username, but if you prefer one of those two of those, I can use that instead. It makes me sad when people turn her away. I'm like, literally, she's a baby. Let her in. You were freaking out in 2023 when you broke 100. You'll be okay. That is true. God, that feels so recent. But that's true. Her and the other little girl, I love her too. The parentless girl. People do turn her away, yes. Niche streamer 4-Leaf Island. I have no preference, though Onyx was cute because you were the first person to call me that instead of SE. I mean, they're both parentless. No, you're right. I forgot. She doesn't even have shoes on. She's just in socks. Oh, honey. She ran over a bear. I'm gonna cry, actually. Hi, Harbor. The tails. Hold on. I actually realized I can just hide my tails. She's also way too tall. Again, I'm suffering from my drawings have become more detailed as I've been working on these. Because now she's way too detailed. And her line art's going to be so much thinner than everyone else's. Harbor fucking arrival. She may have taken them off. Kids often don't like wearing shoes for a long time. This is also true. Our niche micro celebrity. I don't know, because there was someone at one point in the stream that was like, have you ever considered that you would be a celebrity to us? And I was like, am I? Like, I feel like I'm just some fucking guy on the internet with a following. That's not, and like, not to like downplay it either, or it's like to be ungrateful. I just never know at one point someone becomes like an internet micro celebrity, because I'm just like, I know people who have way more following than me that do not consider themselves popular, and I'm just like, I don't know at what point I would consider that. The thing is, though, when what happened, she probably had to run out of the house. That's what I'm saying. I feel like she just ran over my baby. Also, hi, honey. Why are you Fiery Tanuki? I've had IRLs mention you, so I consider you popular. Really? Actually, the one time I did have like a stunned ear ringing moment was I went to a pet store and someone recognized me because they recognized my keychain. I was like, hello? But that was years ago at this point, which is why it was so shocking, because back then I had like maybe 5,000 followers on Twitter and that was it. My cousin knew who you were when I showed her art. I had, yeah, the Mars keychain. I feel like he wears kind of lame shoes. He seems the type to be wearing kind of lame shoes. I also think I made him too tall, because he's not taller than Barga. There is not a fucking chance in hell. He might be taller, but he's not taller than Bar Guy. I just still think the Bar Guy is too small. You need to get biggered. Now Coke Guy looks so tiny! Legs need to be longer. This is true, though. His arms really do just go down that low. Like, if you're looking at his sprite, like, that, they just look like that. Hold on. We can stretch out his legs. Because I think you may be right about the legs not being long enough. The other thing is I think that his shins, like, his lower legs are not long enough either. Both his upper and lower legs need to get, like, re-proportioned. We're performing surgery. That does look a lot better, though. I show off your EV keychain to everyone who asks about it like you're a celebrity. Thank you. The leg lengthening surgery. I think that's actually, like, a thing. Like, there are genuinely surgeries people do to, like, make their legs longer. I'm, like, generally very pro body modification, too. And this is no exception, but hearing about the recovery process from that, I'm like, I'm scared. That's scary. I don't know that scary, old man. Okay, this looks much better. How are you doing today? Pretty good, thank you. They break your legs and put metal in between? It's scary. Like, that shit sounds like it hurts. Did they put you under to break your legs? Body modifications and surgeries give me a weird fear. I do understand that. As someone that's had, like, a few pretty major surgeries, and a few of them were, like, trans surgeries, I have gotten less scared of them because I've experienced them now. But that said, I fully understand people's fear. So, like, actually, I would say my wisdom tooth surgery was more traumatic than my my trans surgery. Also, I will stretch. Thank you. Of course they put you under. That'd be scary otherwise. I don't know. I was scared. I was like, are they just gonna break your fucking legs? Yeah, I woke up during my wisdom tooth surgery, and they didn't realize, and, like, were continuing to perform surgery on me. And then I was so traumatized by it that after the surgery was done, I was so stressed that I chewed a hole in my face out of fear. Like, not even, it wasn't visible from the outside of my lip, but it is to the point where when I smile, I still have a crooked smile because I can't, like, I chewed through the nerves on one side of my face because I was that traumatized by what happened. And I was on painkillers, so I couldn't feel myself doing it. Faris says it's a charming feature. Because I literally, like this now. Very nice designs, thank you. I think I made my eye too big. My funny smile. I think that might even be a little bit exaggerated. That's probably more like it. It's because it's the bottom lip. And my teeth are bigger. Hold on, my front teeth are bigger than that. Dude, that's scary to hear about. My wisdom teeth are growing in. It's not like this unless you're a redhead. If you're a redhead, you need to tell them that you need more painkillers than they think that you need. Crystal Tune, thank you for the resub. These are so much fun. Dude, mine was super easy. I was gonna say, that's because you're not Irish. Sorry. They love not giving us enough painkillers. Wireface's gay skinny jeans. I love him. Oh, I forgot to draw his sweater. Or like the sweater around his neck, I just realized. You can't kill a redhead's pain so easily. Wireface's beautiful Hot Topic skinny jeans. Is he a millennial? Discuss. Does this mean he's a millennial? Does anyone know, actually, does anyone know genes theory? You can pretty quickly tell what generation someone is in by what kind of jeans they wear, which is an insane thing to say, but trust me, watch for it. You're gonna see very quickly. Millennials wear skinny jeans. They also wear flats. Specifically, they wear the Vans flats that look like this. Occasionally, you'll catch one in a Birkenstock, but it's usually the, like, fucking Vans flats with the thing up the side. The laceless ones, specifically. However, sometimes they'll wear the All-Star shoes. If you don't wear jeans, there are other tells. If you see a Gen Zer, they're either going to be wearing barrel jeans or they're going to be wearing wide leg jeans. However, the one tell is that they're going to roll the bottom of the jeans. They're going to roll them. I almost never see Gen Zers that don't roll the bottom of the jeans. And if they don't, it's because they're wearing a wide leg. Like a... What the hell, Critter? Athletic taper fit. That's because you're a zillennial. I keep telling you that people are gonna always think you're older than you are because you dress more like a millennial. You wear those shoes, you wear the jeans. No, this is all pinpoint. Like I said, I pay attention to what people wear. And you know, the one that I'm seeing have a resurgence now. The other thing is too, Zillennials and older Gen Z wear leggings. They wear leggings and they like to wear sweatpants a lot as pants. But I don't see younger generations do that as much. They do wear Lululemon sometimes. Critter clocked my ass. Like I said, I pay attention to clothes. You can usually tell who's who. Khakis is a pair of style of pants I don't see people wear very much anymore. The only people that wear khakis are kind of like older people or people that have to wear uniforms. So like if you work at Target, Walmart, other retail places that have a uniform, you might wear khakis there, but you don't see people wear khakis very casually anymore like they do. But if you're like boomer age, yeah. Boomer age, sometimes older Gen X will do that as well. Hey, welcome in, Sleep Deprived Fairy. The generational oscillation between big pant and skinny pant. Well, and I have seen a resurgence of some skinny pants. Oh, you know what else? Okay, wait. So skinny jeans specifically were a huge thing in the millennial generation, but a lot of millennials have swapped out their low-rider skinny jeans for higher-waisted skinny jeans, but low-ride skinny jeans are back. I'm seeing people wear low-ride skinny jeans, and I'm seeing people wear low-ride wide leg pants. So the ones that go here, because specifically people are wearing those with like body decal and jewels. Some people are wearing them with like whatever the fuck they're called, the whale tail look. I can't remember. This, what are these? G-string. Thank you. Oh, it's a recession indicator, 100%, especially skinny coming back in style. We need to fight against it. You must get fat. Sorry. You didn't hear it from me. Speaking of pants, does anyone have tips for how to hide a frame for a wide hip trans mask guy? Overalls. Overalls, and you need to wear baggier jeans. Baggier jeans with a high waist. Also, obviously hoodies, obviously a wide t-shirt. I haven't seen a lot of your human art, and I'm in awe of how you capture them. Thank you. I love drawing humans. I know that I have a cartoon furry webcomic, but like one of the jobs that I was... Before I realized that you had to work with police, one of the jobs that I was like going like, oh, maybe I could do this, was a like crime sketch detective when I was like not sure if I wanted to go into forensics or not. So, yes. Howdy folks, I just have to explain the incel movement and Andrew Tate to my hippie Christian mom. How are you guys doing? That's crazy! But I hate cops, so I didn't do it. Hippie is censored? It shouldn't be. Okay, but your way of drawing furries carries a lot of humanity in it. That's the highest compliment I've ever gotten. Thank you, Jade. I'll have to find some of my older, like, well, actually, I don't know if I can show them on Twitch, because I had to do figure studies, so a lot of them were new figures, and I think that would get Stream in trouble. Hold on, I want to make it, like... Okay, I just did the most sexy hand, like, on first pass. Like it was nothing! Like it was nothing! The wire face pose gets cuntier. Sometimes I can just whip out hands like a pro. The only thing is I need to wrap the arm around more. I get so excited when I can draw anatomy off the cuff. Now the elbow needs to go lower. That's the only thing I'm noticing. The elbow needs to go lower, the wrist needs to crick. Maybe I need to move the hand up. No, the hand needs to move up. The hand absolutely needs to move up. It's way too low. Because if the elbow was, gay-ass Michelangelo hand on your first try, it's the love of a fictional character will make you... This is what happened with Angel Devil. I'm not even kidding. I have been watching clips from the new Chainsaw Man movie, and I might do Chainsaw Man fan art again solely because of how gay Angel and Aki are in the movie, and I'm like, I never thought I would return to these pastures. Angel Devil is so good, and he's my Pookie. Like, I love him. Do you see the high school AU? Yes, I did. Oh, you know what the other thing is? I'm not putting enough weight on this foot. Like, there needs to be, like, a visible crease in the top of the shoe. Although now it looks almost cartoonish. Hold on, it'd be like... I want to be lean back more on it. By the way, did you decide when the character design stream is, when you're going to ask people are free for it? The friend one, I was thinking of Halloween. I still have to ask Lemmy. I think Nova will be free, because that guy lives with us, so we can always ask. But the one that we're doing, like the chat design one, I'm not doing it this week, I'm doing it next week. Been working on some calc homework and it's been nice having stream in the background. Just put some milk bread rolls in the oven, looking forward to eating them. That sounds delicious. You just reminded me, I can make toast with maple butter after stream. Never kill yourself. Maybe incline the straight leg about, you mean like give it a little bit of a bend? I could do that. I think that might actually be it. It needs to be bent a little bit. Which sounds silly, like, you know... I don't know. I might save his legs for after stream, so I can, like, fiddle with it 5,000 times. I think what's funny is I was going to work on personal comics for Altered Panel after stream, but now I'm like, what if I drew humans instead? No, because the thing is the bent leg. Shout out to Critter's Texas Chainsaw Man slip because I'm legit making a trans femme cowgirl inspired by Denji as we speak. That's beautiful. He looks like he's pulling a model pose. Alter Panel, I am going to draw your headmates soon. It's been really nice to share it. On one hand, though, I will say it's been really, like, intriguing to me that some of the heavier comics don't, like, people don't go as gaga for them, but then the ones that people do like are the really cutesy ones. But I guess it kind of makes sense, like, not everyone wants to always deal with heavy topics. My fear is that people are going to see the cutesy ones and then, okay, wait, that looks good. I don't know what the fuck I cooked with. Just threw some more fan art of Critter, like, more a doodle than anything. Oh, I'm excited to see. Oh my god, no, please, don't get nervous about reblogging them. I share them with the intention of understanding that people might want to share. And I'm not upset either that they don't perform, because I'm not sharing them to perform. I'm always worried that people are going to see the cute ones and then come in and be like, oh my god, you talk about death so much. And it's like, well, yeah, girl, it's a disorder. If you ever open up commissions for humanoid characters, you can bet all the money in the world I'll be there. I actually haven't done commissions for humanoid characters for a very long time. The closest that I got was doing Pokemon trainers. I don't know. It's on a no. Different parts of the brain like doing that, and some don't. How do I see the Headmix comic? It's on Webtoon. It's called Alter Panel. It's just a Tumblr blog. I don't really share it or advertise it because it is like a comic diary that I just decided to share online. And I don't want it to become like, you know, the thing that people go like, you're the guy! I don't mind if people do that with Leica's, but that one was just like a personal project I decided to share that people liked. This feel awkward doing the usual, OMG, so good on personal art. No, it's okay. So Harpy said, something I noticed is a lot of Reblog's comments being people that are realizing their systems fairly recently. I think it's neat so many people are coming to realizations. Yes, absolutely. Of seeing all of them because it feels like learning more about someone I care about. I would say about a friend, but I don't want to... No. Onyx, I would argue that that's not overstepping. You're wrong. You're the guy. Wrong. You're the guys. This is true. This is true, actually. And some girls. So if you want to put Critter fan art in a tag that I will see, if you post it to the Fanyart tag, which is spelled like this, on Tumblr or Blue Sky, I check those. And also Flamir, that is more than okay. There have actually been so many people that are just like, you know, I'm not a system, but this has been really interesting to read and learn about because I have friends that are, like, I wanted to know more about it. Your shins are too long. I was wondering why you looked freaky. That might be it. Also, I think that Wireface's hips are actually, like, wider than I made them. Which was something that was kind of nice to see in the game. I very rarely see guy characters with wider hips. Alter Panel went hard. It was interesting to read and learn, but the pages were clearly so personal that I was almost like, am I allowed to be seeing these? Like, of course it's literally on the internet, but by the OP, but my brain does that. I will say that I have selectively shared the ones that I have because I'm sure you're seeing, wow, that's a lot of comics to put up in like a week. I've been writing these for a while. I have kept a comic diary for years. It's just that I specifically started keeping a digital one, like, I would say about a year ago. So there are some that will probably never be shared with the public, and that's because they are too personal. Honestly, I don't think anyone's seen them, except for maybe my boyfriend. So anything that I've shared, understand that it's with the intent of people, and understanding that people will see it. Because I thought it might help someone. Also, wait, welcome into Mr. Hinkle Draws. Hello, Raiders. Also, not only does Leica have access to music, she does like Paramore. Yes. This is amazing. Oh, wait. This is amazing that you're doing this. My son is obsessed with this game. It's a really good game. I don't know if you've played it yourself or if you've seen someone play it, but I would put this up there as one of the top horror games of the year. Really just games of the year, but I'm also like a horror guy, which you wouldn't be able to tell by my creature, but what I stream content-wise bounces around all over the place. It's really great. He showed me a lot of Let's Plays. It's really fun. The other thing is, too, there's a lot of different endings, so your playthrough will always be a little bit different than things you've seen. But yeah, it's great. Let's draw all the characters. He's 12. Honestly, really admirable. Drawing these characters, I think one of the coolest parts about them is that they do resemble more humans than typical game characters do. They get a little cartoonier. Props for having captions. My sister is deaf and I love seeing stuff. Wait, yes, that's awesome. Last time someone came in and tried to use the captions, they had a hard time with it, so I'm really glad that it's working a little easier now. No, seriously, I always want stream to be accessible, and my boyfriend and I spent the longest time looking for captions that were actually accurate because the Twitch auto-generated ones just aren't that good. I hope they'll get better. Like, no shade to Twitch either, just they're not very accurate. So we found a program that works a little better, and I'm glad to see that it's working out. The older I get, the more people I meet with kids. It happens. It happens. Not everyone's a kids guy, but, you know, it's always nice meeting people who have them. What other comics like Leica's Comet would you suggest? Honestly, I didn't base Leica's Comet off anything. If you want comics that I feel have a similar tone in writing, I really like Plural Day's comics, but Plural Day does write for an adult audience and handles pretty heavy subjects. Phenomenal works, though. This one seems to be great from what I can tell. Yeah, I was gonna say, love this. This one specifically, if you were curious, is Ultimate Closed Captions. It's a website, actually. Here, let me share. If you would like it for yourself for other streams. Oh, wait, I fucking love Brain Bunnies. That's another really good example. Which I'll spell out. I mean, obviously Duncan and Eddie, that's oomph. I love Dog in a Cafe. Trying to think of other ones. What webcomics would you suggest in general? I read a combo. Wait, why am I getting crittered by Doggins? What's wrong? Did I spell something wrong? Oh my god, wait, I'm blanking. Oh. Brain Buries. Thank you. Can you see that I've got like 5 different functions going on in Brain at once? Cucumber Quest is a great one. That's actually the first webcomic I ever read. It's not finished. However, the author does intend to return to it later. Gigi just went to work on other comics. What else? I would say the Cucumber Quest. While Cucumber Quest is fantasy, the art style and vibe definitely inspired Leica's. Oh yeah, Doghouse is also by Oomph. I love being mutuals with like 500 furry webcomic writers. Doghouse is also really good. I think Girls with Horns is good too. Hold on, wait. That's also my friend's comic. Girls with Horns is also for a more adult audience, but I think it is a really funny and like fun way of telling a story about trans girls. I really liked it. I have been liking it too because it's continuing. Why are we drawing an M&M? What do you mean? Who's the M&M? Do you mean the baby? She's just a little girl. Not a furry comic, but has any of you... I have read Paranatural. I've read Paranatural. That was my second webcomic. I fucking love Paranatural. I haven't read it for a while because it's been a few years, but yes, I have read Paranatural and I really enjoy it, and it was hugely inspiring to me when I was younger. God, it's been forever. I should probably reread it, honestly. Yeah, Paranatural was the webcomic that I was, like, aspiring to write when I was in middle school and high school. Like, when I was planning my ideal webcomic, I was taking inspiration from Cucumber Quest and Paranatural. That's why when people are like, oh, you like webcomics? Have you read Homestuck? I'm like, I have read Homestuck, but I would not contribute any of my aspirations to Homestuck. I never wanted to be Homestuck. You know what I liked about Homestuck? I liked Jade Harley and I liked Nepeta, and I was running away with those two and nothing else. Maybe Kanaya as well. Hold on, I gotta make her knees go down a little lower. Just joined for the first time seeing Critter Draw Humans live? Welcome in, Still. I also don't think Homestuck is, like, evil or awful. It's just, like, it's not all that. It's not all that what people hype it up to be. There are fun parts, but, like, it's not worth it to me. That is so not how legs work. You like Jade and Nep, and one of them fucking died. I know, every day I leave a tortured life. Someone called one of my headmates and said they look like Silver, and I, like, have never heard someone scream as loud in Headspace before in my entire life. Nepeta Homestuck is my OC now, and I'll treat her better. Real actually. True and beautiful. think I need to, like, make her squat more. Like, she, again, I just don't feel like the pose that I've got her in makes her look like she's carrying weight. I've never seen people inspired by Homestuck make comics. I see people inspired by Homestuck make video games and writing. It's just a little too experimental. Well, and I was gonna say, I think there are some really inspiring elements of Homestuck. I just don't... For me, it's not a web comic that inspires me to make comics. It's just a multimedia project. Which is cool, but doesn't make me go, oh boy, I want to write a comic! You understand, Dogfins. You understand. Oh my god, the jeans are killing me. When you can draw baggy pants well, it's like, awesome, I'm God. I'm, like, all-powerful. But when you struggle with it, you struggle. Hands are like that too. Well, and when you draw a good hand, again, you feel like God. You're like, I'm on top of the world. I'm undefeatable. Also, thank you for the shop seal, Severo. I was the knower, but I didn't know if I was the knower, so I was the idiot Snyler. No, you were the knower. It's finally able to catch a stream. Hi, you're a huge inspo for me. Thank you, Just Sketches, and welcome in. Oh my god, I closed out all of the wrong tabs. Gone. Sorry. I was trying to open up to see who had done the shop sale, and then I couldn't open up any of the right things. I want to kind of give her, like, boots. Like, she seems to be the type to got, like, the heavy walking boots on. Wireface, he is so cute. Literally, I love him. Critter's computer really hates it today. It's literally just because it's not my presets. Being tortured, being sent to the torture vortex. Okay, wait. If I can get this, I can do the other leg later. Good night, Critter in chat. I might... Oh my god, it's 9:40. Okay, I might be ending soon. I do maybe want to keep drawing because I'm having fun, but what I'll do, also possibly influenced by, like, the multiple handfuls of espresso beans I've been eating throughout stream, what I might do is raid us into somebody else. I totally forgot the time. I had so much fun drawing humans. You don't understand. I fucking love drawing humans. I just don't ever get the chance to. I thought you drew her in Crocs for a second. No, but you know who does wear Crocs, I think, canonically, is the Among Us guy. Who is streaming? Could raid Senti. Although, Smith is also streaming, and we haven't raided Smith in, like, the longest time. So let's go raid into Sunflower Smith. Also, I just realized that Smith's icon was made by Mari, and it's so cute! I'm gonna switch us over. Okay, everyone be super nice to Smith. They are my friend. Smith uses they, them pronouns, and is also a VTuber, and also super duper sweet. And I love them. Anyway, good night, and I will see you tomorrow for the marathon stream. Ciao!